Welcome back to the Lubbock Truck Sales pregame show. Friendship Tiger football here on Double T 97.3. We're in the Tall City, Midland, Texas, as the Tigers prepare to take on the Midland Lee Rebels, number 14 in the state, according to Dave Campbell's Texas Football. New turf here at Grande Communications Stadium, I think, Choice, and the end zone's a little different than you're used to seeing in like a two-school district kind of setup.
Yeah, it's some outline of the city. There's not a huge skyline here in Midland, but you got some wind turbines, some pump jacks in the mix, but it's a nice turf. We were down walking on it earlier, but new turf usually means a little bit slower. It doesn't run as fast.
Wasn't a bouncy turf.
No, wasn't as bouncy as some, but this is a matchup we've been anticipating for quite some time. Once we saw Friendship has kind of turned the corner a little bit, Keith, I think we've been looking forward to this one for a little while.
Absolutely.
And the Friendship Tigers, they come out in their road white uniforms today. They've got the blue pants on tonight with the gold stripe down the side, white helmets with the tiger paw on them, and lots of pink accented around the ankles as we are in October for breast cancer awareness. Midland Lee in their all maroon uniforms with the Lee stamped on the white helmets this evening.
The Tigers have lined up. The Midland Lee Rebels deferred to the second half. They will be moving left to right, north to south. Tigers will be defending that south end zone, and they're awaiting the kick as Lee now takes their places on the 35-yard line, and we're about to get this thing underway. Ty Glass back to receive, standing on the 5-yard line with that tall city skyline on the field behind him. Glass moves up to the 10, now drops back to the 7 to grab it, and he's on the run. Has a nice good first step, and he's going to find himself a hole. He breaks all the way through and comes down at the 41-yard line. Very nice return by Ty Glass to get things started.
Yeah, someone just got a hand on him to keep him from getting free into that third level and potentially for a touchdown. But fantastic return. Great field position to start for Donovan Smith, the senior quarterback for the Tigers. 115 of 173 on the season for 1,507 yards, 12 touchdowns to just 4 interceptions. He's completing 66.5% of his passes thus far this season.
Even with a week off last week, Donovan Smith still top 15 in the state in passing yardage, so you're seeing some things happen. Drew Hocutt goes from left to right in motion. He'll turn the corner. Donovan Smith goes out to William Bayouth with the screen, which they had it set up, but he trips, and he'll lose about 6 on that one, so Tigers will end up with a 2nd and 16 back at the 35-yard line. Tigers going in turbo mode. They're already set up. Midland Lee was not set. I see a flag there. It looks like we're going to get potentially a false start or maybe an encroachment as they stop play. Yeah, I think that will be a false start against the Tigers, and it is.
Just a little too fast for the Tigers in that turbo mode, and that's something that can happen when you get going that fast. So Tigers not where they want to be to start this game. 2nd and 21 is what they're looking at.
2nd and 21 at their own 30-yard line. Line to gain for the first down is the opposite 49-yard line of Midland Lee. Tigers getting things set up. Jordan Maiden comes off the field. Ty Glass comes in. It's Cooper Scott and Klein Coker on the far side. Ball's on the near hash. And you're going to have Glass in that position behind the line. Trips on the far side. Now, no, that's Drew Hocutt coming across the line. And it's going to be a handoff to William Bayouth. Delayed handoff. Big hole to run through. He makes a man miss. Uses the referee as a blocker and gets himself back almost to the original line of scrimmage. So a 10-yard gain for William Bayouth. That'll bring up now 3rd down and 11 when it was 2nd and 21 coming in.
That play we've seen work so many times this year because of how well Donovan Smith sets it up. He sets up making it look like it's a pass for a good full 2 seconds before the handoff to Will Bayouth, and it really opens up the hole.
Trips on the near side now. Lone receiver on the far side. Ball's in the far hash. Smith rolls out to his right. Now he's looking downfield. He's got Jordan Maiden. He goes up for it, full extension, and makes the catch. Jordan Maiden gets a first down and plenty more. He'll be down at the 32-yard line of Midland Lee. 10.5 left, and they're going quick. Trips on the near side again. Same set. Handoff to Bayouth this time. He'll be met quickly, but he will pick up. Nope, no gain on that play. It'll be 2nd and 10. We'll see if they're going fast again.
Wow, fantastic catch on the previous play by Jordan Maiden as he goes up for full extension. Tigers are going to line up in the super I here.
Michigan super I for the Tigers. They all line up down the hash, split out to their positions very quickly. They will come set and snap the ball immediately, not giving Midland time to recognize. Donovan Smith looks down the field. He's going to air it out deep. It's Maiden down there again and just goes through the hands as he falls out of bounds trying to drag the toe and couldn't quite haul it in. 9:52 left here. Things are moving quick. 3rd and 10 now for the Tigers from the 32-yard line of Midland Lee.
Tigers have already converted 1 3rd and long. Really good attempt by Maiden and Smith there. Smith throws it to where only his receiver can get to it. No chance for the defender. So a nice ball, just a little bit too far.
Maiden doing a great job working his man out there. Definitely has height on Maiden, and he is still making him pay. Smith calls for it, and it is a fake handoff to Bayouth going around. They have the screen set up. He tries to get it to Ty Glass. No, Jordan Maiden coming across for that screen, but he's tackled, hit immediately, and no catch was made. So 4th and 10 now for the Tigers on the 32-yard line, and it looks like they're thinking about taking it here in no man's land.
Yeah, wind is blowing straight into the face, so almost impossible for a field goal at this point. Wind up around 11 miles an hour or so.
Tight set, Twins on both sides, in tight, balls on the far hash. Smith calls for it here, 4th down and 10. He's looking downfield. He's got a man. He's got a step on him, and he's got it. It's Cooper Scott down there making the catch at the 2-yard line. They convert the 4th down, and the Tigers now have a 1st and goal at the 2.
Great pocket protection for Smith. He had plenty of time to throw, and Scott just got behind the defense.
Set quickly, trips on the far side again. It's a handoff to William Bayouth. He plows into the pile, waiting for a sign. They've pushed him back. I don't think he'll get it. He is just inside the 1-yard line, so a pickup of 1 for William Bayouth on the hard-nosed run. 2nd and goal now from about 8 inches.
I would expect maybe the exact same play here, as that was a zone read, and Smith had the opening if he held on to the football there.
Twins both sides. Now send Jordan Maiden in motion across. Donovan Smith's going to keep it, and he falls through on his own. That's a touchdown, Tigers. They'll strike first, 6-0 Tigers with 9:03 left. Donovan Smith just fell across the goal line as he plowed right in between the tackles.
Couldn't have asked for a better opening drive. Friendship put themselves behind the 8-ball a couple of times, but converted 2 3rd and longs to get to that touchdown. Great start for the Tigers offense.
Tigers a team that will feed on their own momentum as they go through this game. That's a big confidence builder. Cage Jones is ready. Line sets, and you're going to have an offsides. They knocked over an offensive lineman, and you're going to get encroachment there, and so this one will move a little closer for Cage Jones to kick it again.
Yeah, this one, when you see a guy on his butt, you have to blow it dead because there was contact made before the play even started, so Tigers move up 1.5 yards.
Kicking for the Tigers, the line will all stand up, and then when they call for it, all come set together. And that one, they came set, and immediately a man was pushed over backwards. So they come set now. Snap is back. It's down. Kick is up. And it is good. Cage Jones punches it through. It is 7-0 Tigers, 9:03 left in the first quarter. They lead it over the number 14 Midland Lee Rebels here early in the first quarter. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Going Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
T 97.3.
Welcome back to Friendship Tiger Football, Double T 97.3. Gene Messer Toyota kickoff is a squib kick. It's a fair catch, and it'll come out to the 30-yard line. And now we've got a drive summary here. Mr. Woodman, tell us how that one went.
The Friendship Tigers strike first in this slugfest. Friendship scores on a 9-play drive, 59 yards, 2:57 off the clock. And Donovan Smith finds his way into the end zone, a 1-yard touchdown run. Tigers up 7-0 with 9:03 left in the first quarter.
Here we go, big offense here. Midland Lee Rebels trips on the near side, lone receiver on the far side, single setback to the right of the quarterback. His name is Michael Serrano. He's a 6 foot, 175-pound junior, and he is met in the backfield. He'll lose a yard on that play. Was it a handoff to Ryan Carrose, their choice?
I believe it was.
I thought it was a keeper.
Okay, it's Hard to see those numbers.
Either way, it's a lost yard, 2nd and 11 here for the Rebels on the 19-yard line. Fake handoff, and it is Serrano this time that keeps it himself. He'll pick up 3 on that play, so 2 past the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Rebels.
Good start so far defensively for Friendship, but this is a Rebel offense that likes to get going quickly as well.
So twin receivers both sides this time. A lot of height out there on the Midland Lee Rebels. It is apparent. So they've tested them on the ground. Now they'll test them through the air. Across the middle, and a nice catch there by the Rebels. He'll trip and come down unaided at about the 48-yard line of Midland Lee. That's Shamar Davis, the 6'1", 175-pound junior. He's got 5 touchdowns, 419 yards, and they are going very quickly. It's a screen pass to Lee Oct, their big D1 recruit, and he'll bring it all the way down for a 1st down to the Tigers' 45-yard line. Big pickup there by Fungi, going very quickly as Midland Lee, and they're setting up again.
I haven't seen an offense go this quick since Friendship.
Yeah, right, just a minute ago. Fake handoff again, and Serrano's got a big hole up the middle. He'll be met, and it grabbed around the ankle, slowed down, and Stefano Sanchez jumps on him as other Tigers come to help. Big pickup by Serrano, but it is going to be another 1st down, and now the ball all the way down to the Tigers' 23-yard line, going quickly again. And it's a bad snap. It was tried to be a direct snap back to the running back, and he lost it. It goes behind him, and a big loss there of 10 or 11 yards for Midland Lee.
Big loss right there, and that's a big break for the Tiger defense because that pushes them out of field goal range as well. We'll see if they're able to stand up and hold right here because that was the first mistake we've seen this Rebel offense make so far.
Lee Oct, we haven't talked about him a whole lot, Choice. His top 2 schools are Texas and Texas Tech. He's a 6'4", 192-pound senior, leads this team in a lot of categories. Daniel Garland drew him tonight, but it's Serrano who takes it and runs again. Big blocks downfield. He fights his way down the sideline, and he's going to take it in for a touchdown. He fought off block after block. He tackle after tackle, picked up blocks, and takes it all the way in for a touchdown. Quite the run for the quarterback.
Serrano does it himself all the way right there. Tiger defense doesn't contain the outside. That's going to be a huge key tonight with a guy that has the speed like Serrano does. And unfortunately, Tigers don't contain, and he breaks about 5 tackles on his way to the end zone.
Yeah, that was really something to see as he tiptoed down while fighting his way through. The kick is up, and it is good. So we have a tie ball game. 6:43 left in the 1st quarter, tied up 7-7 here at Grande Communication Stadium in Midland, Texas. We'll take the break here. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Lubbock Sports Station.
Welcome back to Friendship Tiger Football. Double Team 97-3. Tied up 7-7 here, 6:43 left in the 1st quarter. 1 score from each team here in this 1st quarter, and the Gene Messer Toyota kickoff is now from Midland Lee. Ty Glass back to return it. A high kick. Takes Glass back to the 5. He'll catch it with men in front of him. He's taking it downfield, finds himself a hole. He's met at the 30, and he runs it forward to about the 32-yard line. The Tigers will start there on their 2nd possession of the evening.
Midland Lee, well, they answered quickly to the Friendship Tigers' first drive. They go 7 plays, 75 yards, 2:20 off the clock. Michael Serrano with the 34-yard touchdown run to tie it up at 7 apiece. As we sit here with 6:36 left in the 1st quarter. Both these offenses, impressive so far, and both quarterbacks showing they can get into the end zone with their legs.
Absolutely they can. And, you said earlier, Donovan Smith, not really a run-first guy. Serrano brings a lot of speed to the table.
He does.
And he did a lot of things out there for this team. So now Donovan Smith with the ball. It's a handoff quickly to William Bayouth. He's met at the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up 1 with forward progress on that one, bringing up 2nd down and 9 for the Tigers from the 32-yard line.
On pass plays, the Tigers' front 5 have been impressive for Friendship on the offensive line, but on the running plays, they're having trouble opening up holes so far for Will Bayouth.
So twin receivers both sides. Hands off once again to William Bayouth. He'll take, no, it's a Donovan Smith keeper. He brings it all the way around the corner. Fooled me. Brought it out to the 48-yard line of Friendship. Big pickup by Donovan Smith of 16 yards. And obviously a first down now, 1st and 10 from there.
Perfect on the zone read. He definitely made the right choice on that one.
Trips on the far side, ball's on the near hash. Donovan Smith looks out, dekes it a little bit. He's going to go downfield. He's got a man all by himself. It's Jordan Maiden. Had a big step on his man. They're going to drag him down by the ankles at the 10-yard line. Actually had 2 men alone. Klein Coker was totally uncovered, and the ball will be all the way down at the 10 for the Tigers.
They actually marked him at the 14. Kind of an odd spot there. He should have been down around the 11 or so. Nonetheless, a fantastic play. It was a little double move as Donovan Smith pumps initially. That got all of the defenders on the back end to bite.
Donovan Smith now with the ball, and he's going to keep it and run. Big hole, lots of blocking downfield. He'll barrel across the 10-yard line and be marked down at the 8. So a pickup there of 6 for Donovan Smith on the first down. About 5:30 left here in the first quarter as the Tigers are going to look at a 2nd down and another 6 yards.
That previous play was 36 yards to Jordan Maiden over the middle. So Tigers are finding some space over the top so far tonight.
Maiden once again seeing a size deficiency, but a speed advantage over his man, and he's making him pay. Fake handoff quickly with Maiden in motion. He's going to go up to Klein Coker in the end zone, and that's a touchdown Tigers. Klein Coker caught it over his man in the back of the end zone. Beautiful strike from Donovan Smith, and the Tigers will take a 13-7 lead with 5:04 left in the first quarter. PAT incoming.
He ran a little bit of a skinny post right there, but he throws it kind of to the back shoulder, Donovan Smith does, and Coker has to stop, adjust to the football. He does a great job of that and goes up, high points it. Touchdown Tigers.
Line comes set, snap is back, kick is up, and it is good. Another PAT for Cage Jones makes it 14-7 Tigers over the Midland Lee Rebels. 5:04 left in the first quarter. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
Your home for play-by-play. Double T 97.3.
Welcome back to Friendship Tiger Football. Gene Messer Toyota kickoff is right now. Squib kick going to go to an up man at the 30-yard line. He does not fair catch, and he barrels ahead for about 4 more yards depending on the spot. He goes into the Tiger sideline there. Referees come in quickly when those kinds of things happen, but no bad blood seen so far. He'll be marked down at the 35-yard line. Midland Lee will take over there.
Friendship Tigers go 5 plays on the previous drive. This one a little quicker, 69 yards, a minute 39 off the clock. And Donovan Smith hooks up with Klein Coker for the 9-yard touchdown pass. Friendship up 14-7 with exactly 5 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Coker's 3rd touchdown of the season. He's generally one catching an 80-yard variety. A 9-yarder, you'll take it though. Movement on the line as the Tigers shift on defense. That'll be a false start, and Midland Lee's going to start it with 5 minutes even. Move it back to the 30-yard line and a 1st and 15.
It was kind of a delayed call on that false start for what was the most obvious false start I may have ever seen, because They waited until the guy hung his head again and got back into position to make the call. It was called nonetheless.
Twin receivers both sides for Midland Lee, and we have figured out Serrano's not wearing number 4. He's wearing number 37, so we've got that under control now. We know who's got the ball. He's going to throw quickly to the outside. He was trying to hit Shamar Davis out there, kind of coming out on an out route in the flat for about 5 yards and threw it outside of him. He was well covered by Elijah Gomez, and that brings up 2nd down and 15.
Yeah, well covered. You said that, and I completely concur. This Tiger defense is up against some speed, as we see on the outside.
Trips on the near side, long RPO, and he's going to drop the ball. Tigers pick it up. He's got all kinds of room around him. That's going to be a defensive touchdown, Tigers. That is Jake Gilbert who picks it up on the scoop and score. He had men all around him following him home. My goodness, the Tigers jumped all over that one. Great job there. You think that was Elijah Garcia there, Joyce?
I think it was 30. I believe so. We'll get confirmation on it. Nonetheless, the
Elijah
Tigers.
Garcia looks pretty excited right now.
I think that is Elijah Garcia. The Tigers' fantastic play as they blew that up from the get-go. They had some trouble with the exchange, but there was a Tiger there to pop him in the backfield, and as soon as that happened, ball hit the turf. Prime scoop and score.
Judging from all the helmet knocks going on the sideline, I do think it was Jake Gilbert. So the extra point is up, and the Tigers will take it up 21-7 over the Midland Lee Rebels. 4:45 remaining here in this first quarter after the scoop and score. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Going Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Rangers and Red Raiders. Lubbock's sports station is Double T 97.3, KTTU FM and HD1, New Deal, Lubbock.
Welcome back to Friendship Tiger Football, Double T 97.3, Gene Messer Toyota kickoff. A line driver once again to an up man, and Midland Lee will start this drive at their own 35-yard line. And should be a pretty easy drive summary here, Joyce. that was some excitement, and it happened quick.
Well, since there was technically no drive that happened, it was the Friendship Tigers on defense, and it was Jake Gilbert with the scoop and score, a 25-yarder. I think Elijah Garcia was the one that forced it. The Tigers were all over him in the backfield, and a defensive score, well, that takes a little pressure off your offense too.
Well, and you had kind of an RPO setting up. He's trying to stay with his man as long as possible, and all of a sudden a safety comes in and blows things up, and Jake Gilbert ends up picking it up, surrounded by his cadre, running him all the way to the end zone, and all fired up for sure. So it's 21-7 Tigers over the Midland Lee Rebels at Grande Communications Stadium. 4:45 left in this first quarter. Slow down here on the field as we're looking to sidelines. The clock is not running yet.
They're getting I think the chains may have been tangled.
Chains were tangled. That's right. Trips on the near side, lone receiver on the far side. Everything looks like it's good to go now as everybody gets set. Lots of pink socks and wraps out there for the Tigers here in Pinktober. It's going to be keeper by Serrano again. Man, he is shifty. He'll be hit and brought down after 3 yards past the first down. It'll be at the 48-yard line of Midland Lee. Nice tackle there to get him down, but my goodness, he is shifty getting through the line. They're going very quickly now, set already and going. It's Trips on the far side. There's going to be a false start. They went too quickly, and it's going to be dropping back. Actually, it might be against the Tigers, judging from body language.
I don't see how it would be. I think they called – so one official, I think, is saying the Tigers called a timeout prior to it happening. That's what the near side or the far side official that's closest to the Tigers sideline said. Had it not been a timeout, it would have been a false start because Midland Lee got going early. And then Serrano on top of that, Serrano was wanting a extracurricular hit but they didn't blow that dead until late. So,
I
mean, Evan Barbosa got in there and tackled Serrano, but there were no whistles until too late. So I think they sorted that out correctly.
Right. Yeah.
Tigers even get kind of hurt themselves by calling the timeout,
Right.
though, because it would have been a false start.
It was Barbosa that had a little body language, like kind of a what I do, oh
Yeah.
my goodness, and it turned out to be that timeout, as you said. If you're wondering, Serrano, who's just been rattling along here, he's 58 for 94 on the season coming in, 1,272 yards, 23 touchdowns passing, and over half of those, 12 of them, have gone to Lee Oct. He's only thrown one interception, so definitely a guy. I haven't seen him run quite as much, but, man, he's moving tonight. Trips on the far side. This time, lone receiver on the near side, balls on the near hash. Everything seems set.
You've got a different quarterback. Shamar Davis is back there.
That's Shamar Davis running as quarterback. I see it's a handoff this time to the running back. He's going to bounce off of his own blocker and be brought down out of bounds at the Tigers' 44-yard line. That's Ryan Kuros, the ball carrier.
Yeah, so Davis, they do this at times where they'll have him in there basically as a quarterback. It's kind of a wildcat package.
Absolutely. And it's a bad snap. He catches it outside of his body, barely reels it in, and he drops down on his own at the other 49-yard line. So a big loss there of 7 for Shamar Davis, and that brings up now 2nd down and 9 for Midland Lee. They're back on their side of the field.
It's 3rd down and 9 now.
Check that.
So that's a huge play. You go from a 2nd and short to a 3rd and long.
Twin receivers both sides, ball still on the near house. 3rd down and 9, as Troy said. The clock needs to catch up on that. Davis tries to go. He gets hit in the backfield. They grab him on the ankle. Now he's going to throw it downfield. He has a wide open man. It's Evan McMarion. He'll be brought down by Evan Barbosa out there at around the 30-yard line. Big pickup there of 21 yards on the busted play. Tigers had a chance to get him in the backfield. Oh, going very quickly. Shamar Davis goes in the screen, and that one's going to be blown dead, and that's going to be a timeout. Going to have a false start, or are we calling a timeout?
We got a flag down from the official, so I believe it is a false start. That's the difference in these fast offenses when they're going really fast. Midland Lee, when we've seen them go super fast, they've had some mistakes with not getting everybody set, and that's the 3rd time we've seen that. One of them wasn't penalized because of the friendship timeout previously.
Trying to get it to Christian Romero there, the other. He's a 6'3" outside receiver opposite of Fungi, but couldn't get it to him without the false start. Fake handoff to Kuros, and Serrano, check that. Shamar Davis tries to get it up the middle. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more. That'll bring up 2nd down and 15 now for the Rebels.
It's kind of odd, as much running success as Serrano had, that they've gone to Davis, and he's staying in there pretty quick or pretty consistently.
And I might have missed it. Was it Serrano? Was it possibly Shamar Davis that got the big run earlier that I just thought it was still 37? I believe that was right. Davis stands too long in the pocket. He bounces forward, but he will be brought down by a group of Tigers. Logan Douglas leading the way. He'll lose a yard on that one, bringing up 3rd down and 16.
So 3rd and 16. Davis does look more comfortable as a passer than anything we've seen out of Serrano so far.
So it was Shamar Davis who had that big run. Serrano actually has his helmet off, and he's limping around a little bit on the sideline.
So
maybe
that makes
hurt.
sense.
So I believe the one when I was talking about getting through the tackles and being shifty, that was Davis earlier. We just missed the number. So sends a man in motion. He has Kason Brito in his face immediately, almost intercepted by Colton Anderson as they go downfield. Check that. It was Stefano Sanchez in his face. Almost the interception on 3rd down as they went downfield by Colton Anderson, and that brings up 4th down and 15 with 2:18 left in the first quarter. The ball is on the 35.5-yard line of Friendship.
That was a really nice play by Anderson. He was in perfect position. Got a couple paws on it, but just off the fingertips. So a 4th down and 15 causes the punt right here, or at least that's what they're showing.
Showing punt. They do have protection on. Bad deep snap going back, and he has to pooch punt it just to get it to go somewhere. It'll take a Midland Lee bounce and get down to about the 16-yard line. Absolutely terrible snap going back. And just a frustrating moment it has to be for the Midland Lee Rebels, but they do end up getting it down inside the 20.
Officials are talking about it here, and he may have been on a knee when he grabbed it. And I think we may be seeing that. I think the white hat is going to mark the ball at the 49-yard line. They are.
Wow.
So the punter went down to a knee to grab it and then tried to pooch punt it. The officials do a good job of getting together at midfield, and they're going to get this correct and mark it down at the 49. So instead of it going 30-plus yards up there, you're looking at a great field position once again for Friendship, who already has a 14-point lead here in the first quarter.
So Kobe Haas, the long snapper, short hops it to Loic Fungi, who's actually their punter full-time, and he is on a knee to get it. So the Tigers have it on their own 49-yard line. They're lined up, 2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near, and it's a keeper by Donovan Smith. He'll plow across the 50 down to the 48, pickup of 3 by him on that keeper. Clock ticks down to about 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
I think you're going to have to see Smith run the ball even more and more, because every single defender is keying on Will Bay Youth when they've got those read options. So I think Smith is going to have to keep doing that to keep the defense true.
Stacked twins on both sides now, and as Smith calls for it in the shotgun, he drops back all by himself as Bayouth goes out the flat. He's going downfield. It's Drew Hocutt with a big step on his man, and that's a touchdown, Tigers. Drew Hocutt burned his man by almost 5 yards, and the Tigers get another one across. 1:34 left in the first quarter. It's 27-7 Tigers with an extra point incoming.
Unbelievable first quarter so far for this Friendship team. Every receiver is getting behind their man, and Donovan Smith is just dropping it in the breadbasket behind the defense. Friendship has exploded offensively in this first quarter.
Man, Donovan Smith, the guy that came in first year as a varsity starter, and he had trouble connecting early and has really improved quickly. The kick is up by Cage Jones, and it is good. Tigers lead it 28-7 over the Midland Lee Rebels. 1:34 left in the first quarter. This is Friendship Tiger football on Double T 97.3.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Going Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
Double T 97.3, Lubbock Sports Station.
Welcome back to Friendship Tiger football on Double T 97.3. Gene Messer Toyota kickoff is right now. Cage Jones, that's little pooch again, goes back to just inside the 30-yard line. He'll be hit there and brought down is the up man. Tigers with a big hit that fired up the sideline, and the Midland Lee Rebels will take it over at the 31-yard line, leading it 28-7 over the Rebels.
Friendship is on fire in this first quarter, and Friendship with another scoring drive. 2 plays, 51 yards, 37 seconds off the clock, and Donovan Smith drops the delicious dime to Drew Hocutt, the 48-yard touchdown pass that puts the Tigers up 28-7. We've still got $1:29 to play in this first quarter.
My goodness, not exactly what I expected. Thought the Tigers would come in and be fired up, but my goodness, they are making it happen. So it is Serrano back in now. It's a handoff this time as he tries to roll outside after that handoff, and it'll only pick up a couple on the play, bringing up second down and 8 as the clock ticks down close to a minute.
One thing that makes Serrano so dangerous is his running ability, as we've already seen. Now, remember, he was gimpy on the sidelines, so we'll see if he's a little hindered in that running ability.
Serrano takes the snap. It's a handoff once again. It looks like that one actually went to Shamar Davis. Davis is actually an inside receiver but has a lot of rushing yards. He only picks up a yard on that carry. So you're down to about 54 seconds in the quarter, and that brings up 3rd down and 7.
3rd and 7. And Friendship's defense has been good at putting these 3rd and long opportunities or putting these 3rd and long situations on the Lee offense so far.
Davis comes out in favor of Ryan Quiroz, who has Troy Polamalu hair. I mean, it is
He
impressive, the hair coming out of the back of that helmet.
It's a mane.
Davis comes set. He's got Quiroz in the backfield, but he's looking to throw. Now he's been flushed out. He's running down. He's going to have a first down and a lot more. The Tigers are going to get hands on him all the way down at their own 30-yard line. He'll be brought down at the 26-yard line, 27-yard line of Friendship. Big pickup on that run.
I think that answers the question. If he's limited in running the football, he still looked just fine out there.
I think he feels just fine. You're going to get a timeout here, I believe, by the Tigers as they were trying to go very fast, taking it down there. 14 seconds left in the first quarter. Tigers still lead at 28-7, but the Midland Lee Rebels are getting close to that red zone.
Serrano running 39 yards for that big scamper, and man, you see the explosive ability. So even a 21-point lead right now that Friendship has, I don't think there's a lead that's going to feel safe in this game because the explosive ability that this Midland Lee offense has, and just every single skill position, quarterback, receiver, running back, you look everywhere and you've got some serious athleticism and speed there.
Yeah, definitely one of those teams, both sides of the ball, you can never let up. They can strike at any time, one play. And what you're seeing tonight, though, right now, the Friendship defense is being a bit of a difference maker, obviously contributing their first points of the season, and on top of that, really holding this Midland Lee offense down.
Well, one play, and they can get going, and Tigers want to bow up right here, maybe the last play of the quarter.
Twin receivers both sides, balls on the far hash. It is Fungi on the near side on the numbers. He's down here, Daniel Garland in man coverage against him. Tiger defense active down there, 14 seconds left in the quarter, and Serrano calls for the ball. He has one blocker in the backfield, and he'll be hit and brought down. 7-yard loss, 8-yard loss by Robert Hernandez. Hernandez coming out of that nose tackle position. He will take down the quarterback, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Tigers lead it 28-7 over the Midland Lee Rebels. My goodness, big defensive play there to end the quarter. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Welcome back to Friendship Tiger Football, Double T 97.3. We said they could strike quickly, and they just proved it. Lined up after that big defensive the loss of yardage by the Midland Lee Rebels. They lined up 2nd and 18, and they ended up dropping one in the breadbasket in the corner of the end zone to Lee Oct Fungi. So big pass and catch there of 37 yards from Serrano to Fungi, and now with the extra point incoming, they will tack it on, and the Rebels will trail the Tigers 28-14, 11:53 left in the second quarter. We'll keep it here so we can talk a little bit about what just happened and catch you up.
Yeah, that first quarter, in case you missed it, if you're just joining us, well, first, shame on you, but if not, the Friendship Tigers explode in the first quarter. You get a 9-play drive that Donovan Smith gets a 1-yard touchdown run on to cap. Midland Lee answers with a 7-play, 75-yard drive where Serrano scampers for a 34-yard touchdown run. And then it's 3 straight scores by Friendship. Donovan Smith to Klein Coker for the 9-yard touchdown pass. Then Jake Gilbert, a scoop and score, 30-yard touchdown, 25-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown. Donovan Smith finds Drew Hocutt then for the 48-yard touchdown. And then right there, the first play of this second quarter, Lee Oct Fungi shows why he is that big name D1 athlete. He catches the strike from Serrano, a deep pass that he's able to haul in for the touchdown. He's got size, but he's also got some speed, as we saw him get behind the defense there.
He said that Texas Tech and the Texas Longhorns were at the top of his list. He's got a ton of Division I offers. And you couldn't have asked for a better ball there from Serrano. It was not a defendable ball.
He didn't have to do anything except run.
Yeah, and he caught it. And not only did it fall right in the breadbasket in that back corner of the end zone, but he caught it in stride as well. Gene Messer Toyota kickoff is a line drive. It drags up at the 15-yard line, and Ty Glass will pick it up and run. He runs into blockers, and he'll be drugged down at the 27-yard line, and the Tigers will take over there. 11:46 left in this second quarter, leading it 28-14 over the Midland Lee Rebels.
And the Friendship Tigers offense is as much as you could be asked for. They clicked in that first quarter. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns for the Friendship offense in the first quarter. Of course, you had also the defensive score for Friendship. So 28 points. You an on-pace guy, Keith? Because we're up for over 100 for Friendship in the first, just based on that first quarter.
Absolutely. Hey, my pick is looking good from our drive up here. I'm just saying. Donovan Smith takes it. He puts it in the belly of William Bayouth. Bayouth has the corner. He'll cut it upfield just at the yard line. I'm going to see a holding call in the backfield, it looks like. Bayouth picked up about 3, but that's going to be negated there by the penalty.
Yeah, I think that seal of the edge came with a hold. So instead of a 2nd and 7, you're going to see 1st and 20 for Friendship since it came in the backfield. And Friendship with one of the rare mistakes so far tonight, just the 2nd penalty on the Tigers this evening. But as much as the passing game has been working, Friendship's really had to struggle to get yards, especially handing the football off.
Yeah, Friendship does like to run it and keep things fairly balanced. Of course, they want to go through the air. Donovan Smith looking to go through the air here. He's looking downfield. Now he's going to take it and run. He rolls out to his right. Now he tries to make a move, but they stayed on him, stayed home on their man, and he's pushed out for a no gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 15. Check that new spot. And we've moved the line of scrimmage back. Yeah, there was a new spot there. I was looking at the wrong man. So it's actually going to be 2nd and 24 for the Tigers. A 4-yard loss there by Donovan Smith. And the ball's back on the Friendship 13-yard line.
Yeah, so a big negation again. And that's one where Smith has just got to toss it out of bounds and give up on that play, move to the next one.
Trips on the far side, send Drew Hokut in motion. Top to bottom, ball's on the near hash. He's going to go out, swing it out to William Bayouth. They've got blockers set up, and he's going to try to roll his way around now to the left. Big hit in the backfield on Bayouth. He'll lose 2 yards, maybe 1 yard on that pass and catch. Tigers are going the wrong direction here. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 25.
We do have a flag on the play, and it's going to be an illegal formation, I believe, unless they're calling it before. I never saw it blown dead, so illegal formation by Friendship. They're going to decline it. The Lee Rebels, as you would expect them to. So now we're looking at a 3rd and 25 for Friendship. And, man, just digging deeper and deeper. That blue turf behind them is getting closer.
Yeah, don't like that at all. So 3rd and 25 from the 12-yard line of the Tigers. Twin receivers both sides. Bayouth to Smith's left in the backfield. Smith drops back. He's looking downfield. Now he'll be flushed out. He's in his own end zone. He throws it away. Gets it a little bit short there of the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure if we're going to see a flag come in or got a little bit lucky there and dodged one.
There was a receiver in the area. So actually they are going to go ahead and call it intentional grounding. And here's the deal. He's in the end zone, so you're going to get a safety out of this as well.
So a safety for the Midland Lee Rebels. Donovan Smith gets intentional grounding from the A in Midland in his own end zone. He was about 2 yards short of the line of scrimmage. It hit the line judge in the feet is where he was standing, and Donovan Smith
and here's the problem on this. If he's purely grounding the football and just throwing it out of bounds, you've got to get it beyond the line of scrimmage. But there was a receiver in the area. There was a receiver about 2 yards behind where the line judge was. And that's where it should be. It shouldn't have been intentional grounding since there's a receiver in the area. And that's what Coach Northcutt's arguing right here. If there's a receiver there, then that's what you go by, because you can ground it at someone's feet in the backfield just fine, and that's short of the line of scrimmage. So this is not a good call here. If he's just purely throwing it out of bounds and there's no receiver there, that's one thing. He threw it where it hit the turf right. It was out of bounds, but it was right next to the sideline. So this is a frustrating call. I think they're going talk about this.
The officials are going to talk about things. Coach Northcutt is upset as I think I have ever seen him.
They're going to call it a safety.
They have signaled a safety.
This is the wrong call here by the officiating crew, but I think they just missed this one. It's a tough one on the Tigers, and all the momentum right now swinging towards Midland Lee after the previous touchdown, and now 2 points on the board. They're going to get the ball back.
So the free kick incoming now to give the ball back to the Midland Lee Rebels, and it'll be 16 Midland Lee trailing Friendship with 28. Changes the complexion of this game.
It does.
And what those two scores look like. And of course, after a safety, Midland Lee will receive the ball back. It's Coach Northcutt as animated as I have ever seen him, very upset there, and having a conversation still. I mean, not embarrassing himself by any means, and you're looking at this line judge saying, did you not see what was going on your side of the field?
See,
so
and I'll tell you,
there.
Sorry, Keith, the line judge right there on the sideline had his back to the receiver. That's where it hit him in the feet, and I think maybe he just never saw the receiver in the area, and that's where the other officials have to get in and help him out. It's a bad call that goes against Friendship, but Friendship's going to have to overcome that. You are on the road.
So the free kick incoming. They will do the kickoff variety from their own 20-yard line. You could punt or kick a free kick. Cage Jones will boom this one downfield, and it is a high kick. It's, I believe, Michael Hinojosa, the linebacker, who is returning it. He catches it at the 30-yard line, and he'll be met pretty quickly and brought down at he's going to be marked down at the 36-yard line. That actually was Quiroz, the running back, that caught that one. I know Hinojosa does field some. They had about 7 kick returners that have done that throughout the season, and I was actually expecting to see a wide receiver out there taking it. But anyway, the Midland Lee Rebels will take it over at their own 36-yard line. 10:52 left here in this first half. Tigers still lead at 28-16.
All right, so no scoring drive to recap. It was a safety on a intentional grounding call, but Lee gets the ball back. Friendship defense really needs to gain some momentum here and get it going.
Okay, so it's Serrano with the ball. He's going deep downfield. He's trying to get it to Christian Romero, the other outside receiver besides Fungi that we mentioned before, but that ball a little bit out of bounds, a little bit of a lazy throw there. Didn't quite get to where he wanted it to be, but they are going to reset quickly as the Tigers scamper back on defense, and Midland Lee looking to go fast.
Yeah, Lee's already back there ready to go. They get to play from the sideline, and they're going quick once again.
Twin receivers on both sides. Serrano in the backfield and has a lone back with him, and it is going to be it's Shamar Davis, who's so shifty when he hits contact. He's going to get across the 40-yard line down to the 42, so he'll pick up about 6 yards on that play, and that'll bring up now 3rd down and 4 for the Rebels. They're going very fast. Trips on the far side, lone receiver on the near side. It is Christian Romero. Again, Shamar Davis in the backfield. Serrano's going to spin around as he pump fakes and then goes again. There's a holding call in the backfield. Looks like it's going to be uncalled. He's very close. He looks like he's brought down on the 45-yard line until the line judge sidesteps over to give him 1 more yard, and that will be a first down.
Yeah, frustrating. Right in front of the white hat. Robert Hernandez had a ton of his jersey being held up, and I think we're going to get
a measurement here.
Actually, by the spot, it looks a smidge short. I mean, we're talking about maybe a half a length of the football short, but we'll get an official measurement to tell us the truth on it. It's kind of funny with all of the technology we have in sports that we still use the chains. I mean, there's so much going on. We have in a lot of stadiums nowadays. You see the electric down marker.
Right. Right.
But we're still using chain systems, which can get a little dicey, especially even on these measurements.
I'll tell you what, you in our position choice, and it looks like it is going to be a 4th down here. They have about 2 links of chain in his hand, and that's where they're going to place the ball back on the hash. You know, it's funny. In our position, we're watching line judges a lot because we're always trying to see where they're marking the ball.
Sure.
Certainly for me. And you can see some dudes with some dance moves. I tell you what, all of a sudden there's a slide over of 1 yard or a slide over of another. I've seen them weave across the middle and come up with a couple extra yards. And that happens on the road a lot is what I've kind of noticed. Maybe I'm biased, but that's my job.
There's a lot. Well, yeah, I agree, Keith, but there's some weird stuff going on with the chains right here. Like, they are figuring some stuff out, or attempting to.
They were bringing him across the field. One of the Midland Lee players, I think it was Shamar Davis, tried to jump over them like a jump rope, and he got caught up in them.
Nice.
And then they were trying to figure out who was supposed to be holding what and where. But we have a 4th down.
And
An inch,
basically.
The ball is on the Tigers almost. Check that. Midland Lee's almost 46-yard line. They are lining up quickly. 9:49 left here in the first half, and they are getting ready to go. They're in a power set. Serrano is in the shotgun, and it's a direct snap. It goes to Carl Taylor, who I expected to be returning punts and kicks. He's going to roll it out for a first down. He'll be marked down on the Friendship side of the field at the 46-yard line. 9:38 to go.
Yeah, everybody was inside, stacked the box there, and Taylor just reads it well, uses his speed to get to the outside, and picks up the first down easily.
The Midland Lee lining up quickly. Twin receivers both sides. Ball's on the far hash. Serrano in the backfield. He has Carroz who goes out. It's going to be a deep ball once again. Fungi's down there. He's covered by Daniel Garland, and that's going to be pass interference coming in. Garland was close to his man. He was on Fungi, but a little push at the end draws the flag, and that is an unfortunate break there for the Tigers.
Yeah, I think Garland actually got a hand on the football, but here's the problem. In high school football, there's no face guarding. Garland never gets his head turned around. If he gets the head turned around, there's going to be no pass interference there, and they probably call it incidental contact. But since he didn't turn his head around, that's why you warrant the 15-yard penalty.
Fungi had a step on Garland and then had to drag up a little bit to get back under the football, and ended up, obviously that's what good receivers can do. They can draw penalties and catch balls out there, and that's what he did. Trips on the near side this time. Serrano backing up, and he's going to take it across the field. Gets to Fungi in the middle, who has a man on his back, and he takes a big hit from Stefano Sanchez. No, Colton Anderson lowers the boom on Lee Oct Fungi across the middle, but he holds on, and you're going to have a 1st and goal here from the, check that, 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Turns quickly, goes to Fungi on the screen. They've got blockers set up. 2 men take him down. He'll get down to about the 5-yard line. A pickup of 6 on the play. 1st down and 4 now from there. Check.
Right.
Oh, and Elijah Garcia in on that tackle. Thank you, Joyce.
Garcia does a good job of fighting through the blocker and getting to the legs of Lee Oct Fungi. This is obviously a big set of downs for both teams right here, as Midland Lee's still trying to cut into the lead.
Serrano sends Shamar Davis out in motion out of the backfield. It's a handoff to Quiroz. No, it's a keeper by Serrano, who tries to go up the middle, but he is brought down. They're going to get the 1st down as they got down just inside the 1-yard line. So a new set of downs, 1st and goal from the 1 as the clock ticks down to about 8:25 left in the first half. Tigers lead at 28-16 with the Rebels threatening.
Yeah, this is a
check that. I'm still seeing a 3rd down on the marker.
Okay, the marker.
So I'm seeing 3rd and 1. We weren't in a 1st and goal earlier. But,
I didn't think we were. Maybe we were.
I thought we started at the 11-yard line. Nonetheless, the Rebels punch it in, but you have a false start, I believe.
Well,
they didn't stop the play, though.
It's either going to be lined up in the neutral zone or illegal formation on the offense, and they're going to say it was on Friendship.
So that's basically an offsides play on Friendship. That's a touchdown by the Rebels with 8:01 left in the first half. Midland Lee now cuts that lead to 28-22 on a rushing touchdown from the 1-yard line. So Tigers have quickly seen the athleticism of Midland Lee turn their lead into something much smaller.
Yeah, this is where this next drive for Friendship is going to be huge, to maybe not even if you don't score points, but just get some movement with the offense.
The PAT for Midland Lee is good, and so with 8:01 left in the first half, Tigers lead it now by 5, 28-23. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, Business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
Double T 97.3, Lubbock Sports Station.
Welcome back to Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3 here from Grande Communication Stadium in Midland, Texas. Gunnar Mead, the kicker for the Midland Lee Rebels, has it teed up, and your Gene Messer Toyota kickoff is deep into the end zone. He had the win this time. Ty Glass back to the 1 yard line. He drops the ball. He picks it up at the 4. He does get a little bit of steam. He's going to bounce it out to the outside. He's got some room to run. I got a holding flag coming across inside the field. Glass way out on the outside. He goes out about the 45-yard line, but this one's going to go backwards because of a penalty in the midfield.
And the stinking thing is that it's all the way on the other side of the field where it probably has no part of the play, but unfortunately there will be a holding on the Tigers and it negates the 45-yard run for Ty Glass. Midland Lee strikes again, their third straight score if you're counting the safety. 7 plays, 64 yards, 2:59 off the clock, and Carl Taylor gets in on the 1-yard touchdown run. The Friendship Tigers clinging to that lead, 28-23. Friendship led 28-7, so really trying to get some points on this particular drive.
Okay, so the Tigers have the ball, 7:49 left in the half. Twin receivers both sides. Ball is now back set at the 17-yard line of Friendship, and it's a handoff to William Bay Youth, and he's met immediately. He almost sheds a tackler, but they hang on by the shoestrings. He'll pick up a yard on that rush and bring up 2nd down and 9 now for the Tigers.
It'll be a long 9 for Bay Youth, but Friendship really struggling to run the football between the tackles because Midland Lee is just so stout up front. But they see if they try to go over the top. No safeties any closer than 10 yards from the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 from the 17. Smith's going to go outside to Drew Hocutt, who catches it as he falls out of bounds. And he picks up about 3 on that one. He'll be out at the 20-yard line. Brings up 3rd down and 7 for the Tigers. 7:14 left in this first half. Tigers need to pick up a little bit more downfield yardage, it seems like right now, Choice.
Yeah, Smith just a little too far out, but Hocutt makes a nice fingertip catch.
Twins both side again, ball in the middle of the field. Smith calls for it. Now they'll pop up Prairie Dogs everywhere, and they'll look back to the sideline for a new play. Those colored boards of the Tigers are up, showing them whatever they need to do.
I think Friendship's going to take a timeout. This is the 3rd one of the half, so Friendship's out of timeouts with 7:09, 8, 7, 6. The clock is still running.
Welcome to high school football.
Well, I wasn't sure. I don't know if they'll put this time back on. Most of the time they don't care that much, but they do. It's 7:13 back on the clock, so someone was paying attention. Friendship, though, this is a 3rd down, as big as you've seen in this game so far. 3rd and 7. Friendship picked up 2 really long 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11 3rd downs on their opening drive to get that first touchdown of the game and really get the ball rolling. They need some sort of momentum like that right here, because you hate to give the ball back to Midland Lee after another 3 and out and give the Rebels a chance to take the lead when you felt so dominant in the first quarter.
Yeah, absolutely, and the dominant is the right word for how that first quarter looked for the Tigers. They really were on both sides of the ball. They had Midland Lee reeling, but credit to this team. You're not going to knock a good team down that easily, and Midland Lee is bouncing back. And Tigers with the stacked receivers on both sides, but now they'll pop up and look back to the sideline again. 7:13 left in the first half, leading it by 5, 28-23, 3rd and 7 from their own 20-yard line. William Bay Youth will switch over to Smith's left. Still those stacked receivers on both sides. Smith's going to be flushed out, and he's going to run forward. I see flag coming in the area of holding. Frustration from the Tiger offensive line. It looked like Jack Woodward out there shaking his head, but that's a frustrating moment as Donovan Smith tries to take off and make something happen. The Tigers are going to have to pay for it.
Smith picks up 2 yards. I bet that will be upheld, because I doubt that Midland Lee will take the holding penalty on 3rd down. Tigers are already moving backwards, but I'm guessing you're going to get a decline here, and Friendship will face a 4th and 5.
It is declined.
So now Tigers going to have to punt once again, unless they're feeling really
salty.
Really salty, but No, they will punt.
So 2-yard pickup by Donovan Smith on that run. And as you said, Choice, brings up 4th down and 5 from the Tigers' 22-yard line. Cage Jones standing back behind his own 10 as he'll be prepared to receive that one and boom it downfield.
Jones is one of the biggest weapons, though. If you haven't joined us for Friendship Football, he may be the best punter in West Texas.
It is Carl Taylor out there to receive. Jones with a line drive. This one will bounce down to about it gets a good Tiger roll and gets just inside the 40-yard line on the Midland Lee side of the field. So that one will end there. Jones booted that one from the 10 to the opposite 40. Got a nice bounce, and that's where Midland Lee will have it. 1st and 10 from their own 46 left in this first half, down 23-28 to the Tigers.
Good field position for Midland Lee. This is where your defense, who has been the strength of this team to this point in the season, has really got to step up and get some stops in that running game.
Staggered trips on the near side. Ball's on the far hash. Lone receiver on the far side. Offensive lineman steps up and walks backwards ready to take the block, but it was the wrong time. That's going to be offsides, and Midland Lee will now face a 1st and 15 from the 35-yard line.
We've seen the same right tackle do the same thing twice where it is blatant. He doesn't just twitch or anything.
No,
he is all the way out of the stance.
Yeah, he's out in the stance, backing up, hands up, ready to face a man. So again, trips on the near side. He's got a lone running back to his left, does Serrano back there. He's going to step up and bounce outside. He feels a little bit of pressure from behind. Nice job by Evan Barbosa, who gets back on Serrano and drags him down by the ankle from behind. Serrano picks up 2 on the play, but that brings up 2nd down and 13 for the Rebels with a nice tackle by Evan Barbosa.
Perfectly timed dive by Barbosa, because a split second later and he's not getting him.
Twin receivers both sides, ball on the far hash. Serrano will take it. It's a handoff to his running back in the backfield. He plows across the original line of scrimmage, and he'll be marked down at the 43-yard line. A pickup of 5 on that one, and that was Shamar Davis in the backfield again.
So now another 3rd and long. Friendship has had some trouble getting off the field defensively on these 3rd and longs. Got to get off here.
3rd and 7 on the 43. Ryan Carrow's the running back in the backfield this time. Twin receivers both sides again. Ball's in the middle of the field. Sherrod calls for it. Serrano calls for it. He's going to go deep down the field to Lee Oct, and he's got him. Nice dive out there by the Tiger defense, but Fungi takes that one into the end zone as well. So the Rebels will take the lead on a 57-yard pass and catch from Michael Serrano to the D1 recruit, Lee Oct.
Fungi, just pure speed. We've seen it a few times tonight. Gets behind the defense, and there's nothing you can do after that. Fungi catching it in stride. You can't compliment Serrano on the ball he's delivered tonight enough, because he is not making Fungi break stride at all. And the Rebels have their first lead tonight.
And they have an extra point as well. Rebels will take a 2-point lead. There's your safety. 5:42 left in the first half. Rebels lead it over the Tigers 30-28. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer. Business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Welcome back to Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3. I'm Keith Patrick, the voice of the Tigers, alongside Choice Woodman. The Tigers just lost the lead 30-28 against the Midland Lee Rebels. 5:43 left. Gene Messer Toyota kickoff has just been booted by Midland Lee. Ty Glass takes it right at the goal line, and he will be trying to bring it out. He bounces his way through. He's still battling with guys all over his back. Looks like the ball might have come out but it was a little bit late. He'll be marked down at the 31-yard line, and the Tigers will take over there at the 1st and 10.
Midland Lee scores for the 4th straight time to take the lead. 3 plays, 60 yards, 104 off the clock, and a 57-yard touchdown pass from Mike Serrano to Loic Fungi. Fungi puts the Rebels up 30-28, 5:33 left. Tigers have to respond here. You've had the momentum pendulum swing the opposite direction. Friendship had all the momentum in the first quarter. It's been all Rebels in the second quarter.
Tigers with the ball on the near hash. 4 receivers out there again. Donovan Smith's going to go downfield. He's got Cooper Scott all by himself. Scott's taking it down the hash mark, trying to get away from his man, and he'll be pulled down from behind. He'll be down at the 8-yard line. Huge pass and catch to Cooper Scott. Nice job there by the Tigers.
Yeah, he's down just outside the 10, about the 13 is where they'll mark him. And, man, the Tigers have had some success with that double move.
Cooper Scott was by himself in the middle of the field and got that catch. Jordan Maiden in motion, and it's Donovan Smith who takes it up the middle, spin move to get across the 10, and he'll be marked down actually on the 10-yard line. So a pickup of 3 for Donovan Smith on the rushing play, and very quickly now it's 2nd and 7 for the Tigers on the 10-yard line.
Yeah, this is where you've got to find pay dirt once you're inside the red zone. You slow things down a little bit more and make sure you get the right plays in. You're not catching the defense by surprise down here.
So it's a fake handoff to William Bayouth, and Donovan Smith keeps it again. This time he's battling across, gets down to just about the 6, across the 5-yard line, down to the 3-yard line. Thought they had him with forward progress, but 6'5", 215 is hard to bring down. Donovan Smith picks up several more, and the Tigers are very close right now to a first down.
I think you're going to get a measurement here from the side judge. He's going to ask for the measurement, and it's going to be right there, really close. Nope, no measurement. They're going to call it 3rd and inches here.
So that was a 4-yard pickup by Donovan Smith, and as you said, Choice, 3rd and inches. I think he had 4 on the pickup and should be right there for the first down. Ball right outside the 3-yard line. Tigers taking their time and looking back. You've got Klein Coker, Cooper Scott, and Drew Hocutt on the near side. Ball's on the far hash on that 3-yard line. Donovan Smith has William Bayouth and Jordan Maiden. Check that, Ty Glass in the backfield with him. Donovan Smith going to take it, and he's going to fake handoff and just barrel ahead again. So first down now for the Tigers. Donovan Smith picks up the inches he needs, I think.
Well, the spot didn't.
Very close. It looks like he fell across the line of scrimmage.
I thought so. I mean, we're a little further up at Grande Communications than we are at some stadiums.
Further back, that's for sure.
Yeah, further back. We're not higher. It's just the stands separate us from the field a lot more than most stadiums. So it looked like a first down, but by the spots, I don't think he's got it.
Yeah, they just marked him. I mean, the ball was an inch short. Now you're going to get a measurement. It was an inch short earlier, and now you get a measurement. They basically marked it on the line this time is what it looked like to me. So we have Jack Woodward between us and the ball right now, so not exactly sure what's going on.
Hey, Jack, scoot over.
While we have a moment, do need to give a shout-out to our referee friend down there who's been giving us as much time as he can between after scoring plays, so we can get back to you. So you may have noticed we had
a back judge back down there.
Is he a back judge?
Yeah, he's been really good to us so far.
He has. We appreciate that, giving us a little bit of time so we can get back before the kickoff goes. That was not a first down, so it'll be 4th down. Looks like about 6 or 8 inches.
You're looking about
the Tigers.
A length of the football away from first down, and I think you're going to see. Wow, I think you're going to see the field goal unit come in.
Well, the field goal.
A little conservative for what we normally see from Jay Northcutt. Field goal does put you on top, but when you're talking inches here, it's.
If you want to rebalance the game, you're kind of negating the safety in that situation and kind of getting back to where you might have been. So, and now I believe
Lee is going to call it.
They are going to call a timeout.
I believe that's what we're getting.
I was distracted.
Hard to tell.
I was distracted by Carl Taylor doing a front somersault from the line. I'm not really sure what was happening there.
So 3:45 left. Friendship a chance to put the Tigers up by 1, and I think it's a curious position because I think 99% of the time we see Coach Northcutt go for it on when the ball's at the 4-yard line and a 4th and inches. You're going to see him go for it almost all the time, but with the way the game has gone. And the momentum shift that has gone in their direction, I think Coach Northcutt is just thinking, we need points. We need points right now. and we need to get back on the board and get back out in front to make this feel a little different. But at the same time, it almost feels like a little bit of a loss as well as this drive has gone to not finish with a touchdown. I think there's no correct answer right here.
It's a tough one, and that may have been. Now you have the offense coming out led by Donovan Smith. There's twin receivers both sides, 4th and 1 from the 3-yard line, and Tigers are looking to go for it here. Semper impetus,
there you go.
Always attack. Jay Northcutt may have been attacking before. Midland Lee just did him a favor. Donovan Smith's going to keep it, and they're going to get him. Donovan Smith did the fake handoff, tried to get around the right side. They met him in the backfield. Very aggressive defensive play call pays off for Midland Lee. It'll be a turnover on downs. 3 minutes and 41 seconds left in the first half, and the Lee Rebels will have it at their own 6-yard line.
Hindsight's always 20/20, but I think if the Tigers could do it over again, they're probably going to line that up and just try to power through to get the inches they need instead of doing a 5-wide or 4-wide shotgun set. But nonetheless, the positive, if you can take any positive away from it, is that you've still got the opposition has still got to go 93 yards right here.
Yeah, you got them deep in their own territory. You have 3:41 left in this half. You're only down by 2 points against the number 14 team in the state, who is covered up in speed and talent. They're going to hand it off up the middle. Big hole there for that slot receiver, Shamar Davis, who lined up in the backfield. He was drugged down by his ankles, but he does get a first down, and he'll be marked down now at the 19-yard line. 3:32 left. It's a running play once again. This time Shamar Davis continues to take it. Met in the secondary, gets through the linebackers and into the secondary. Another first down there, and you're going to be marked down again now, this time at the 34-yard line.
So yeah, now the Tigers don't have any timeouts left. Remember that. If they're trying to stop the clock or just slow down this offense, they can't do so with the timeout.
Tiger defense struggling to get set as fast as they're going. Handoff to Davis again. He takes it around the right side, has a man to beat. Does a good job out there pulling him down. It's Colton Anderson who gets a hold of an ankle and knocks him down, but another first down there for the Rebels as he gets out to the 44-yard line. Check that. It'll be 2nd down and inches. Snap now and a handoff once again to Davis. He just bounds his way through that line. First down there. He'll be down at the 48-yard line. There's another pickup of about 4 yards for Shamar Davis rushing. 2:53 left in the half.
Davis is quite bouncy. He sure likes to bounce around and does the jump cut quite a bit.
Trips on the near side, lone receiver far side. Davis still in the backfield with Serrano. Check that Carano in there back. Serrano, favorite pass down the sideline in the breadbasket to Loic Fungi, but Fungi drops it. He drops it and rolls down at the 10-yard line with Daniel Garland. That's an incomplete pass. And now you're going to see 2nd down and 10 for the Lee Rebels as things slow down just a little bit.
Well, we can be cliche here, but how many times do you think Serrano and Fungi have worked on that through the summer? How much he has been perfect on that pass, just throwing it 30 yards down the field and dropping it in for him.
Absolutely. Handoff. RPO tries to stick with his man. It's Ryan Carrose. Serrano keeps it. He goes across the 50, just a few inches past the 50. That's a pickup of about 2.5, and it's Colton Anderson that pulls him down there.
Yeah, nice play by Anderson to get into the backfield and hold on to dear life to Serrano's legs. Can't let him break free.
3rd down and 8 here for the Rebels. Serrano drops back. He feels pressure, and he's got it. Tigers all over him, flushing him out left. He tries to throw it downfield, and he bounces it in front of his receiver. That's Shamar Davis again. It was Tristan Laughlin flushing him out. Logan Douglas was helping. Kaysen Brito out there as well. Lots of effort. Tigers working hard, but there's some hands on the hips. I think they're feeling this speed a little bit.
But fortunately, you get to go take a rest on the sideline if everything goes well on fourth down. Got a knock on the Formica here, but actually, I think this might be real wood.
Only the best here. So it is a 4th and 8 from the 50 is where it is marked on the side, or between the 50 and the 49 of the Tigers. Goes back to Fungi, the punter, and he does boot it downfield. It lands at the near hash and does take a bounce straight up, and the Rebels will down it there at about the 13-yard line. So 2:03 left in the first half. Tigers trail 28-30 to the Midland Lee Rebels, and they got a couple minutes here to make something to happen before halftime. Remember, Midland Lee deferred, and they will be receiving the ball after the break.
Yeah, I think that's a big key, Keith, is Midland Lee, the offense isn't showing any signs of slowing down as of late, so Obviously, you get the stop there, but you really want to put some points on the board and take a lead into the locker room if possible.
Absolutely want to get back some of that momentum. So twin receivers both sides, balls on the near hash. Donovan Smith reads it. He does hand it off to Bayouth, who's met almost immediately, and he'll be dropped after about a 2-yard gain on the run with forward progress. Check that. They're going to mark him with a 2-yard loss on that one. And so first down and 11.5 incoming here for the Tigers.
This is an interesting situation. Midland Lee just calls their second timeout of the half. So this is it's a gutsy move because you're stopping the clock for Friendship if the offense can get going. But at the same time, Midland Lee, if they're gambling on a 3-and-out right here, trying to get points of their own on the scoreboard. So it makes it so much more important for Friendship to be able to not just get this first down, but try to go get some points of their own and make Midland Lee pay for that timeout.
Well, if you're just joining us, barn burner happening here at Grande Communications Stadium. Tigers scored 28 points in the first quarter, and now Midland Lee has scored 30 of their own unanswered. Tigers have it first and 10, check that, second and about 12 on their own 11 to 12 yard line, depending on who wants to stand where and where they're going to stick a marker. It's a little bit inconsistent at the moment, especially with the scoreboard. You have twin receivers both sides for the Tigers, and you have Jordan Maiden coming in motion far to near side. Fake handoff to William Bayouth. They're going to go the middle of the field. Donovan Smith throws it into a crowd of people. He was falling backwards. I think he was a little bit nervous about the end zone behind him, and we had a flag come in at the end of the play as well.
Well, I think you're going to get illegal man downfield or illegal touching, one or the other, because I think it hit one of the linemen first, which would be illegal touching, illegal man. Well, I
Is that
say
illegal
that.
procedure?
No, I think we are. Okay.
Okay, there it goes.
I was trying to see what the official was calling, but yeah, we're going to get illegal man downfield because
and they will decline.
that screen was set up well down the field where you've got linemen about 5 or 6 yards down the field,
Right.
and it makes a pretty easy call for the official. Just timing was a little bit off on that one.
So that'll bring up they declined the penalty, so that's after an incomplete pass there, brings up 3rd down and 11 from the 12-yard line of the Tigers. They've got trips on the far side this time. Lone receiver on the near side. Donovan Smith rolls the pocket out to his right. He's going to air it out downfield. He's got Jordan Maiden had just a step on his man, but he'll throw it over his head just about 3 yards too deep. So 4th and 11 now for the Tigers. Punt unit will come out deep in their own territory, 12-yard line. On a 4th and 11, there's 1:40 left in this half.
Yeah, and this is only the second time that Smith really had to throw with the wind at his back, and it seemed like it had an effect on that one. He overthrew Maiden by quite a bit with the stiff breeze at his back. Now we'll see if Cage Jones can use that breeze at his back to the advantage.
Cage Jones in the middle of the D in Midland in the end zone. A boomer high and deep downfield. It's Carl Taylor. He calls a fair catch at the 39-yard line of the Rebels, so they'll take it there. Cage Jones kicks it from his own end zone. That ball was, 63, 61 yards in the air and fair caught at the 39-yard line.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
In the air, you got about 61 yards on that punt. Very impressive for Cage Jones as he booms it and at least gives Midland Lee a little bit to think about. But the negative on that, 2 incompletions in a row, means Midland Lee didn't have to use that final timeout, and they'll have it in their pocket for this final drive.
So trips on the far side for them. It's Quiroz, the running back, in the backfield with Serrano, lone receiver on the near side. Tiger secondary drops out, and it's going to be an incomplete pass out here to Christian Romero. Elijah Garcia had bounced. Check that. Elijah Gomez had jumped out into coverage, and he came back and put the hit on as Romero tried to take the catch, and so that's an incomplete pass for the Rebels. They're going quickly. Trips on the far side. Serrano calls for it. He's going to go to a bubble screen. It's Evan McMarion inside. He bounces it outside. Tons of speed on this young man. He's spinning all over the place trying to shed tacklers, and that one will get first down and plenty more all the way down to the Rebels 43. Check that, the Tigers 43-yard line. Going very quickly, Tigers trying to get defensive personnel in position. They were not in position when the ball was snapped. Serrano looking, downfield, and he's going to miss his man. Daniel Garland was advancing hard on the intended receiver, and just a step to his right, he may have been in position for a pick, and that was pick 6 territory.
Yeah, and I think once again, okay, this one is actually just going to be a holding. Ball was right at the flag is right at the line of scrimmage, but a penalty is going to drive Midland Lee backwards, and that will still be first down, but Friendship definitely accepts the penalty because it puts him back on the other side of the 50.
Ball on the far side, on the far hash, trips on the near side, ball on their Rebels 48. As I said, try to go to that bubble screen again, tries to get it to McMarion, but he drops it as he falls to his knees forward, just a little bit outside of his grasp, and so an incomplete pass there. That now brings up second down and 20 for the Rebels.
One thing to watch out for, Midland Lee is really flirting with the line of scrimmage on these screens, and if you're past the line of scrimmage, there's pass interference going on with the blocks that are happening prior to it. They're getting very close to that line of scrimmage.
Twin receivers both sides this time as Serrano looks downfield. Carreau's blocking. He tries to go to his outside receiver, and it's Stefano Sanchez with the interception. Stefano Sanchez goes up and snags one at the 44-yard line. Tigers will take over there. They got a minute 4 to work with, down 2 to the Rebels.
What a turn of events for Friendship. And I got to be honest with you, Keith, sometimes you just look at a play and say, what the heck was he looking at? Because he threw it right into the gut of Stefano Sanchez. I don't know if Sanchez was just ducking down and making himself short and hiding himself, but goodness gracious, that could not have been more of a pass to your defender, I think, as we saw right there.
I don't know if he's throwing to a spot choice. Romero got a little bit blown up on the sideline.
Maybe
so. I don't know if he just didn't get in his route, but great interception there. Minute 3 now as we tick down. Donovan Smith, he's going to swing it out to his left and try to look downfield. He tries to get it to Klein Coker, who makes the catch just at the yes, it is a catch right at the first down marker, and it is a first down. That's a passing catch of 10 yards. Donovan Smith to Klein Coker. Nice job.
That was a really nice play by Coker, and great job of Smith by turning and squaring his shoulders to make sure he gets enough into that pass. Tigers picked up the first.
With all the activity in the backfield, I was waiting for a holding flag to come in, but it worked out okay. Donovan Smith, plenty of time. He's going to go deep downfield to Cooper Scott. Cooper Scott had a man all over his backside who fell down diving for him. Ball just a little bit ahead of Scott. Thought there might be a pass interference flag coming in, but that'll fall incomplete. 48 seconds left. Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Tigers.
Just a little out of the reach, but again, Smith throwing with the wind at his back. He's put a little too much mustard on the last 2 of those we've seen down the field. I still like the attempt. This one-on-one coverage, Tigers have taken advantage of tonight.
5 receiver set, 4 on the near hash. Jordan Maiden by himself, Cooper Scott by himself on the far side. It's going to be a pass back to they try to pass it to Drew Hocutt, who throws it back to Donovan Smith, but he overthrows him as it goes out to the sideline. It was a lateral pass, goes out of bounds. I'm not sure who recovered it down there.
Should not have been a lateral. Hocutt threw that from the 41 and it hit at the 42.5, but they're calling it a lateral as it bounces backwards. They're
calling it an incomplete pass.
The white hat does a good job and comes in to make sure this is the correct call. They let the play go initially,
right, but
it was clearly a forward pass, and instead just incomplete.
So came out to Drew Hocutt at about the numbers laterally, but he tries to throw back to Smith, who has a defender on him at that point. If in that situation, if Hocutt had gone downfield, the Tigers probably had a pretty good gain, but not that that's how the play was designed, just how the field looked at the time. 38 seconds left here. It's 3rd down and 10. Tigers still trail by 2, 28-30. They are on the Midland Lee 46. Trips on the far side. Donovan Smith, he's going to take it and run. He tucks it down, tries to make a man miss, takes a big hit in the shoulder at the 41-yard line. There's all kind of extracurriculars, and now there's going to be a penalty flag come in after the play.
This first one, I see 2 different flags on the play. The first one should be unnecessary roughness on Midland Lee. He took a big hit initially, and then he took another pop when he was on the ground after the play. There should be a 15-yard penalty tacked onto this in Friendship's favor, but it doesn't look like it as the Tigers are already moving backwards. If there is not a penalty for the Smith, the second hit Smith took, it is an atrocity.
Coach Northcutt's on the 45 coming in, trying to get clarification.
They're going to call 2 fouls, holding on Friendship for the first one, and then you're going to get the dead ball one. So you should mark off the holding, because it was a dead ball hit. There you go. This is correct.
So there you go.
They'll mark off the 10 yards initially. You get the 5 back and automatic first down.
So Tigers have an automatic first down. It's a 5-yard pickup. So they're down to about they're down to about the 40-yard line, just a little bit shy of it. They have 31 seconds left on the 40-yard line of the Midland Lee Rebels.
Clock is running.
As the offense gets in and tries to get set, they're looking back for the play, but the clock is running. William Bay Youth in the backfield with Donovan Smith, twin receivers both sides. Looks like there's some confusion. The clock has run down. Almost half of it has now run down, down to the 13 seconds as Donovan Smith finally calls for the ball. He's looking downfield. He's going to take a shot. He gets it down to Cooper Scott, who makes the catch inside the 10-yard line. The Tigers have to clock it. They have got to get set. They have 3 seconds left. They're going to have to snap it and clock it quickly, and they do. No time actually runs off the clock. Incomplete pass there for Donovan Smith, and the Tigers are now on the 9-yard line of the Rebels with 3 seconds left in the half, trailing it 2.
This is where I think you have to kick the field goal, take the points, and go into the locker room, though it doesn't look like Friendship is planning to. Now here comes the field goal unit, a little bit late on it, but play clock's not running. So
that's right. Incomplete
that's okay.
pass. You're okay.
Well, the play clock itself isn't even running. There's 40 seconds still on there. So
good. Now the game clock is running down to 0.
Now, what's going on here?
I have no idea. Coach Hartman.
He clocked the ball. Goodness gracious,
how
what
could
is
you
going on
possibly
here?
run that clock off? Coach Hartman ran off the field with his team after Donovan Smith with an incomplete pass clocked the ball. That's unbelievable.
This is unreal. If this goes in Midland Lee's favor, this is one of the worst officiating jobs I have ever seen. I have no idea what could happen here because he clocked the ball with 3 seconds left.
And they ran off the clock.
And they ran the clock. I think the official wound it.
Is there a runoff? Is there an automatic runoff?
No, there's no
clocking
runoff.
It in the red zone?
There's no automatic runoff. I will ask my officiating buddies to give me some clarity here, but I have no idea what the call could be here. Both teams have headed to the locker room. There was a clear spike of the football. Maybe we can get Coach Northcutt and find out what explanation he just got from the official as soon as we can.
Casey Smith's looking for him down there. Coach Mark Robato's walking off with those officials, trying to see what was going on with that as well. I do not see Coach Northcutt currently. Casey's looking for him, trying to see what it is that was going on there.
Coach Northcutt's around the 45, I believe. So they're still talking. Coach Northcutt's talking with a white hat.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
So Casey can try to attempt to get him. I
You're
still
fine, Casey.
cannot figure out what's happened. He's getting the official visiting. They wound the clock. I saw the white hat wind the clock, so that was his mistake after clocking the football.
Well, I believe we've got Coach Northcutt now. Coach, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Well, Coach, what kind of explanation did you get there? We saw the ball get clocked, and all of a sudden there's a runoff.
Well, we knew that. We should not have clocked the ball. That was just the quarterback thinking ahead like you normally would.
Sure.
But in today's world, you do a 10-second runoff when you're under 10 or when you're that far in the half.
That's what I was wondering. I didn't know if that was the first half or just the end of a game kind of thing for the runoff. So, well, Coach, I mean, my goodness, 58 points in this first half. Huge first quarter for the Tigers, and now obviously a talented team you're against here. What does halftime hold? What kind of adjustments can be made for your team?
Well, we just got to settle down. They're very, very talented on offense, and so we're going to have to keep putting up points. And I know Coach Ribb and the other defensive coaches, they're going to go in and make some adjustments and come out and get some stops, and we're going to go win this sucker.
That's right, Coach. Giving us a great one. We appreciate you. Get in there and take care of your team, and we'll see you after the game. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Keith.
You bet. Thank you, Casey Smith, for grabbing Coach Northcutt for us down there. So there you go, Choice. 10-second runoff when you get that deep. I thought it was just the end of a game.
Yeah, I learn something every day, but I did not know that one, and that's frustrating. But nonetheless, Tigers will have to build the momentum they got after a couple of good offensive drives late in the half and see if they can get some defensive stops.
Absolutely. Well, I think you got the coaching staff in place to get in there, plenty of experience to settle those folks down and make some adjustments for that halftime. So got a good one here, folks. Friendship Foundation for Leadership halftime show incoming. Stay tuned. We'll be talking about homecoming, which is coming next week back at Peoples Bank Stadium against the Midland High Bulldogs. Tigers currently trail it by 2 points going into halftime, 28-30 to the number 14 Midland Lee Rebels. We'll be back soon with the Friendship Foundation for Leadership halftime show. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Going Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Varsity cheerleaders, and we're proud to support Friendship ISD.
Seek perfection, capture excellence.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Going Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Double T 97.3, Lubbock Sports Station.
Welcome back to Friendship Tiger Football, Friendship Foundation for Leadership halftime show here on Double T 97.3. I'm Keith Patrick alongside Choice Woodman. About 9 minutes left here in halftime, listening to the Midland Lee Rebel Band perform. Tiger Band went first, being on the road. And the Tigers trail it, number 14 in the state, Midland Lee Rebels, 28-30 here at halftime at Grande Communications Stadium in Midland. Wild and woolly, crazy one so far. 58 combined points in the first half. Tigers with 28 points in the first quarter. Midland Lee 7 in the first, and then 23 unanswered in the second quarter, including a controversial safety as far as Mr. Woodman is concerned. And the game, the half ends with a really unusual, controversial call play. We've been looking up rules and texting folks and still don't really have a clear understanding of what went down there. But I'm going to turn things over here to you, Mr. Woodman. Talk about whatever it is you want, and certainly going to talk about some stats here because it has been a pointsy game so far here in Midland.
Pointsy may not have been a word before, but you made it up, and it works. It has been a pointsy game. It's been a high-scoring affair. Friendship scored all 28 of theirs in the first quarter, though. 3 of those on the offensive side of the ball. 1 defensive score for Friendship, and that'll inflate the stats a little bit as well, as Donovan Smith has looked pretty solid, already halfway to 500 yards. He's 11 of 19 today, 250 yards through the air, and plenty of receivers that it's being spread out to. Cooper Scott leading the way with 3 catches for 124 yards. None for a touchdown yet, but he'll still have his opportunities. Drew Hokut has 2 catches for 51 yards. He's got 1 for a touchdown. Klein Coker, 2 catches for 19, one of those for a touchdown as well. And Jordan Maiden, 2 catches for 64 yards so far in this game. For the Friendship Tigers rushing the football, Will Bay Youth has had some trouble getting going. 6 carries for 12 yards. But Donovan Smith has helped out with his legs as well. 10 carries for 31 yards rushing so far in this game. For the Midland Lee Rebels, very balanced attack. What we thought we'd see coming in has come to fruition, Keith. 9 for 17 through the air for 168 yards, or excuse me, 7 for 14 through the air for Michael Serrano for the 168 yards. Shamar Davis has also played 1 drive at quarterback, 2 for 3 for 14 yards. Serrano has looked really good up until that last throw he threw that was right into the belly of the defender, Stefano Sanchez, who picked it off. But Serrano has thrown it deep a couple of times to Loic Fungi, the name we knew coming in. He is not disappointed tonight. 5 catches for 132 yards and a pair of scores so far this evening. Running the football, Serrano, well, he's looked good there too. 10 carries for 100 yards and a touchdown score there. Shamar Davis, 11 carries for 69 yards. 26 carries for 196 yards total for the Midland Lee Rebels in this ball game. Penalty count has been fairly even, 4 for Friendship, 5 for Midland Lee, 40 yards apiece, so it's been fairly even across the board there. The Friendship Tigers, I think the difference in this game and Friendship having a bigger lead has come on third down, or a lead at all. Friendship just 1 for 5 on third down attempts. Midland Lee is 4 for 7 on third down attempts. And Tigers have had a little trouble getting off the field when it's come to those third downs defensively. But when you look at these 2 teams, it's been a very back and forth type of affair. And by back and forth, I'm talking one team races out in front, the other a little slow to catch up, and that's kind of been the story of the first half.
Well, I was sitting here thinking, Joyce, as you made that report, you would look at the numbers and you would think, man, this is a team just going blow for blow, drive for drive. And really they went quarter for quarter.
It's been a story of 2 quarters.
Yeah, it's been wild.
You're exactly right. Friendship led after the first quarter 28-7. You know, Keith, it kind of feels like the Tigers, you know, were a sprinter entering a marathon. And you got out to that huge lead quickly, but well, it catches up with you after a while. Hopefully they've got back into marathon pace and are ready to go for the second half. They showed signs of that at the end of the first half with some good drives for sure. But Tigers going to have to get some stops and couple those with some points on the other side of it to have a chance. Real quick before we send it back to break, we'll look around the district last night. If you missed it, Tascosa crushes Midland High 63-6 up in Amarillo at Dick Bivens. The other game,
Tascosa threw 3 passes in that game, and 2 of them were for touchdowns.
That is ugly football.
Yeah, that's a rough night. That's a rough night for Midland League.
That game reminds me of your third grade girlfriend, Keith. It is just ugly. Permian High School.
How dare you, sir?
On top of Odessa High right now. That one has already started up in the third quarter. 17-0. Permian is leading, well, their fellow brethren in the Bronchos. The Tigers trailing just by 2 to Midland Lee as we sit at the half. 30-28. We'll be back momentarily with the second half start. You're listening to Friendship Tigers football right here on Lubbock Sports Station, Double T 97.3.
Friendship Tigers, we're number 1. 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 Friendship Tigers, we're number 1.
We are the Friendship Varsity Cheerleaders, and we're supporting our Tigers.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
7 for 19, 250 yards passing,
Not too
and
shabby.
2 touchdowns in the first half, and then tack on another 10 rushes for 31 yards and a touchdown on the ground for him. So, you know, we got in that Lubbock Cooper game and got into overtime, and there was a point where we said to each other, and I believe on air, you know, big players make big plays in big moments. Well, the second half of a 2-point game with a state-ranked team in your district opener on the road, it's a big moment, but that big moment is a whole half here coming into this one.
Yeah, I think, Keith, when you talk about big games, big players do make big plays, but also teams have to stop momentum from other teams. And the momentum, the Mo is on the side of Midland Lee right now. If you can come out, get a stop, and find a way to get a score for the Tigers, you feel like you've slowed that momentum or even maybe halted it. Because, Keith, when you look at that Lubbock Cooper game, it's a good example of that. There was a point where I think it was 28-14,
right?
And
going
you just felt
in the fourth quarter.
Into the fourth quarter, and it felt helpless. Like,
yeah.
Okay, it felt like, well, this one might be over, but Friendship was able to turn the tide. I think this is a game similar against a similar caliber team. Lubbock Cooper is one of the better ones you're going to find in 5A in the state. This is a really good Midland Lee football team. So you've got to find a way to get that momentum back on your side. A little more difficult to do so on the road, but this is a team that started to look better and better with the offense as that second half went on, or that second quarter went on, pardon.
I'm glad you bring up the Lubbock Cooper game. That's something I talked with Coach Northcutt about as well this week, because, you know, I think undoubtedly that's probably been your most talented opponent that you faced this season. Amarillo High is having a great year still as well. They're tied up with Lubbock Coronado right now tonight, actually. But, you know, that was a very balanced team to some extent. You had a running quarterback. You had a great rushing attack. They're highly ranked, very talented. And you showed your poise. And now here you have the opportunity to do that again. And this is when it matters, District 2-6A. Pooch kick this time, the Gene Messer Toyota kickoff into the second half goes very short, just up to the 40-yard line. Ball will be down about the 39 or a long 38. Midland Lee will take over there as they deferred in the first half, winning the toss, and they'll get the ball first here.
That almost looked like an unintentional onside kick right there, as Friendship just tried to sneak it behind the first line. But an impressive play by Michael Hinojosa to be able to go up and catch that football, make sure it didn't ever hit the turf.
So trips on the far side. It's Loic Fungi on the far numbers. Ball's in the near hash going right to left. Serrano fakes. He does hand it off to 16 Carros, his running back, who's met immediately and brought down for no gain on the play. Evan Barbosa leads the way for the defense on that one.
Yeah, Barbosa, the first one to get back there, slowing down enough for the rest of the swarm of Tigers.
I'm not sure what just happened. Is that a free play? I'm not.
No, this was.
I'm not sure what happened on the line.
Right here, what you're seeing is they were trying to deke Friendship. They did call a flag. The back judge.
Sideline warning.
Back judge. No, this was. He's throwing a flag. The back judge is going to overrule it, saying it was uncatchable though, because it goes out of bounds, and never would have had an opportunity. The official is going to go ahead and call pass interference, though. Back judge initially signaled over. I don't think he could have caught it because it went out of bounds.
To go back to the beginning of that play, the snap was unusual. It was almost a trick play.
That's exactly what it is.
It was really a trick play. The line didn't look set. The Tigers, some of the line bit on it. It was really an unusual play. Ball goes downfield. I thought there was a sideline warning because they threw the flag out of bounds at the feet of a cameraman. I thought maybe an official ran into him. Fake handoff to Carros, and Serrano keeps it himself. It's Jake Gilbert who drags him down just across the 40-yard line. It'll be marked down at the 39. So a 6-yard pickup on that one by Serrano. Second down now in the the Rebels are going very quickly. Serrano goes outside to his man with a screen set up. He's running downfield and has blockers. He cuts it back across. That's going to be a touchdown, Rebels. He got it to Christian Romero. The ball came out.
Ball's out.
He got into the end zone. They called the fumble, and it was picked up by the Tigers.
It's a fumble. They call it. The Tigers got it. Unfortunately, ran it out to the 1-yard line, so we'll have 99 yards to go. But they said he stripped him before he went into the end zone, and it's watching on the video board. It is very close. It's hard to see. It's a small video board, but Tigers catch a huge break here. And it's a fumble into the end zone.
Did you catch the recovery on that one? You're riding
Tigers,
so far away.
I can't see. I did not see who came up with it. I know who forced it. Well, I thought I knew who forced it. It was Logan Douglas, I thought, who forced it.
Nice job staying with it because it looks like a touchdown and you strip it there. But Donovan Smith is deep in his own end zone in the shotgun with William Bayouth. Trips on the far side, ball's on the 1-yard line. Tigers trailing 2. It's a handoff to Bayouth, who gets a big hole up the middle, bounces off a tackler, and he'll take it across for almost a first down. Another one of those spotted right at the marker, waiting for a signal from the official to see if they're going to – it looks like they're going to potentially move the chains.
No, he finally does say to go ahead and send it.
Well, I was laughing, thinking half of the chains were walking, but that was actually the line of scrimmage.
Well, we've seen that happen a few times tonight, where it looks like he's spotted right on the line. And
so 10-yard run for William Bayouth. That'll be for a first down, and now a snap back. It's a fake handoff to Bayouth, and across the middle, trying to hit Drew Hokut on that quick crossing route. Very dangerous. There were 4 defenders around Hokut.
Bit of a dangerous play. You know what I'd like to see, Keith, is them go back to the bread and butter from the first half. That's just a simple double move where Donovan Smith gives the little shoulder fake. It gets the safeties to bite in because the safeties are playing within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage every single play. They're counting on their speed.
2nd and 10 here. Ball is on the 12-yard line, so it's a handoff once again right up the gut. He'll pick up 1 yard on the play, so 3rd and 9 incoming after the 1-yard pickup by Bayouth.
There is a time where you kind of just say, whatever, maybe we don't have to be balanced and just go with what's working. I don't think you're to that point in the game yet, but you've had one thing that has worked really well, and that's been going over the top in this game.
4 receiver set now. Trips on the near side. Ball's on the far hash. Drew Hokut by himself at the top of the field. He's going to look to Hokut at the yard marker. Hokut makes the catch, falling out of bounds. It is a catch once again at the yard marker. That's going to be a first down for 10 yards. Nice catch by, check that, Cooper Scott makes the catch. So 10-yard pickup for Scott from Donovan Smith. New set of downs. Now the ball's on the 23-yard line.
Very heady awareness by Scott to go right at the sticks and know where they are.
Dove out at the stick. Trips on the near side again. Smith looks towards Hokut with the screen, but he's going to go downfield to Klein Coker, who catches it over the shoulder in stride. He goes down just beyond the 40-yard line. Big pickup there of almost 40 yards for Klein Coker.
Every single time tonight, it is getting those defenders to bite. He fakes with the shoulders, goes over the top.
Tigers going fast. He looks out a fake handoff again and fakes the throw out to Drew Hokut. It's a run up the middle, pickup of about 2 yards on the play. Ball will be right on the 35-yard line now with 2nd and 8 incoming.
The Tigers quick to the line to go fast, but now they are going to slowly slow things down a little bit more. Now they're inside the 40.
Stacked with 2 receivers on both sides. That was a 39-yard pickup from Smith to Coker, and Donovan Smith tries to roll it out to his left. He goes way into the backfield, and they drag him down for a big loss. The ball popped out, and now a flag comes in.
Ball popped out. The white hat says he's down, though.
So he's drugged down at the Friendship 45-yard line, so that is a loss of 20 yards on the play, but the flag came in, and we might have a roughing or an unnecessary roughness penalty here.
Wait a second. Now they're going to wave the flag. I have no idea what the flag was for initially, unless he just grabbed for his beanbag and threw the flag instead.
That's,
I have no idea because it came in late, but the white hat overruled in that situation, and that is a painful loss. Where Donovan Smith's trying to make a play but just couldn't escape the pressure.
So 2nd and 27. It's Hokut and Cooper Scott on the far side. Coker and Maiden on the near side. Donovan Smith looking downfield. Goes across the middle. Very dangerous into double coverage, and it actually bounced off of the defender's hands and down incomplete. So you got 4th and 27 coming up, and the Tigers are bringing out the punting unit with 8:44 left in the third.
This is where Cage Jones can be a weapon for the Tigers. Really love to get this one inside the 20-yard line and give Lee a long field if you can.
Donovan Smith really wanting to make something happen, tried to force that one a little bit across the middle to Scott. It just wasn't there. So you do have Lee back deep to return. Cage Jones booms one down there again. It's Carl Taylor down there. He watches it bounce in front of him. It's going to make its way down to the 3-yard line. Tigers will down it there. Taylor had an opportunity to field it. He let it go, and they're going to have to pay for it. So 8:31 left in the third quarter. It's going to be 1st and 10 from their own 3-yard line, with the Lee Rebels still up only 2 points, 30-28 over your Friendship Tigers.
Once again, Cage Jones, such a weapon, puts that one on the 3, and you got 97 yards to go for the opposition. That sure helps your defense out quite a bit to press the backs against the wall for Midland Lee. But again, another empty offensive possession where you can't get points. Defense is going to have to hold up big again.
Cage Jones averaging 40.5 yards a punt on the season. He's had a couple tonight, but we've seen him boom some well over 50, 60 yards, some even tonight at 61. Handoff up the middle to start things off. It's a pickup of 3 for the ball carrier of the Midland Lee Rebels. 2nd and 7 incoming now. That was Caroz, Troy Polamalu's
much shorter
unconfirmed nephew.
Yeah, there you go.
So twin receivers on the far side, single on the near side, handoff to Caroz again, barrels forward. He's met quickly, tries to spin it outside, and those linebackers say absolutely not. They bring him down back at the 5-yard line. They give him 2 there on forward progress, so he picks up 1 yard, and that's 3rd down and 6 now for the Rebels, and they're deep in their own territory.
So here's a big 3rd down once again. If you can punt, get them to punt from their own end zone, that's a big win for this Tiger defense.
Shamar Davis just trotted off. We know what a dangerous weapon he can be. No, check that. He's in. That was someone else that trotted off of the field. So trips on the near side, 5 receiver set, 2 receivers on the far side, balls in the far hash. He is all by himself. Going to go quickly out to Fungi, who is met with gusto by Logan Douglas right after the catch, but he didn't have to pick up a whole lot. When you're 6'4", you can reach out for a couple yards, and he does get a 1st down there on the pass and catch.
And that's just because of the respect the Tigers are having to give him. They're playing a 10-yard cushion on Fungi every play because of how many times he's burned you tonight.
So 1st and 10 from the 17 now for the Rebels. Man in motion. It's Shamar Davis. It's going to be a keeper. No, it's a fake handoff. Check that. A handoff by Serrano. Nice fake by him. They go right up the middle, pick up about 1.5 yards on the play.
Yeah, Caroz, they're just going straight up the middle with Caroz quite a bit and not picking up a lot. I think we've seen some of those defensive adjustments. The holes are not being opened up the middle like they were in the first half.
2 backs in the backfield this time. It's a handoff to Caroz again. Nice fake by Serrano, and he picks up another about 3 to 4 yards on that one. So he'll have about 2 to go. 3rd down and 2 coming up for the Midland Lee Rebels. Ball still on the far hash as they slowly creep their way down. This clock is running down to about 6:30 left in the third quarter.
You're seeing a little clock management difference than we saw in the first half from Midland Lee right here.
5 receivers set again. Trips on the near side, 2 on the far. Same play. It's batted up. Shamar Davis tries to make the catch, and a Tiger falls on it. That should be an incomplete pass, but a great job by that Tiger defensive line to blow that one up. That was Tristan Laughlin coming in from linebacker, jumping all over that one to get a paw on it, and Tigers had pressure all over Serrano.
Phenomenal job of getting right in the face, putting a paw up as the throw is coming out. And great defense, because I think they probably pick up the 1st down on the screen. Does he not get a hand on it? Instead, they're punting.
Punting unit is in, standing at his own 10-yard line. Ty Glass down at the Tigers' 45 to receive this one. It's a boomer. It pushes him all the way back, and it's going to bounce. Ty Glass going to let it go wisely. The Rebels, although there was a good bounce rolling, they catch it in the air, and it'll be down at the 35-yard line. Tigers will take over there with 6:07 left in the third quarter.
We've seen the Tiger defense stand twice. This is where you want to be able to be a cohesive unit, a cohesive team. Couple the stand with some points of some sort for Friendship here, and really love to see a touchdown, but any points at all would be a welcome fact to the Tiger sideline.
The Tigers certainly need to find a little swagger here on offense. They had it early and need to get it back. Single receiver on the far side, trips on the near side. Fake handoff to Bay Youth. Donovan Smith looking downfield is going to roll out to his left again to avoid pressure. Goes down the sideline, but it's outside of Cooper Scott and down the sideline. So it falls incomplete, and you'll have 2nd down and 10 incoming for the Tigers.
Yeah, still a nice job of Donovan Smith of never letting that play die. He turns and squares his shoulders, gives an opportunity for his receiver, but just a little bit too wide. So Friendship goes over the top once again with a double move.
Twins on both sides, and nope, it's going to be a handoff to Bayouth. Nice delayed handoff, though, and lots of room for him to run. He sheds a tackler, but he'll be met by another at the 40-yard line. So a pickup of about 5 for William Bayouth will bring up 3rd and 5.
I think the closing speed is the biggest difference you see in Lee and some of the other teams the Tigers have faced this year. When Bayouth has that big of a hole, it closes up so quickly because of the speed for this Lee defense.
We haven't talked much about the weather tonight, Choice. It's 52. It's allegedly feels like 52. If you ask me, it feels a little colder.
It's a little nippier.
Still got my summer feels on, I guess.
Yeah.
We both got our hands in our pockets. You definitely have your shoes on tonight. So it's
maybe I need to take them off to get the mojo going.
It is most definitely the first cold weather game that the Tigers have been in so far this year. So lone receiver and Klein Coker on the near side. Bayouth into motion out in the flats. He tries to go into traffic to Scott again, hoping to set up. Didn't have quite the time to set up the screen, and it falls incomplete, bringing up 4th down again for the Tigers.
And what's surprising to me, Keith, is how Midland Lee is still playing defense. The safeties have been within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage every single play, despite getting burned so much tonight. And the screens just simply aren't there because they're closing on them too fast, and you're losing the numbers game. They've got too many players there and not enough blockers.
Cage Jones kicks from his own 27. Carl Taylor back near the 15. Good Friendship bounce. He's going to field it, though. He makes a man miss and finds a hole. There's a block in the back. Looks like it's going to go uncalled, and Taylor's off to the races trying to beat a man. He hurdles Cage Jones, and he will go out of bounds down at the Tigers' 31-yard line.
And, the Tigers – there was a huge block in the back miss. Caleb Eugenus is sitting there trying to plead his case to the official. It was right in front of the official, right next to the ball carrier. He gets shoved to the ground badly, but we are going to get a penalty of holding somewhere. I don't see a flag anywhere.
No, not at all.
I don't see. Oh, it's up near the 45. Sorry, it's a little hard to see, but it'll negate some of the return, but they're still going to get an okay field position out of it. Fortunately, they do get one penalty. It wouldn't have been, had they called the initial block in the back, it had been down around the 10-yard line. But
so that ball ended up at the 35-yard line of Midland Lee. 4:49 left in the 3rd quarter. Man, there's just a lot to unpack in that one. That was a big return. Lots of penalties called and uncalled. So 28-30, the Rebels still lead the Tigers by 2. It's a handoff to Shamar Davis up the middle. He somehow ducks under everyone. He's off to the races down the sidelines. He's at the 30 and gets pushed out of bounds, drugged down by Daniel Garland at about the 20-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 16-yard line of the Tigers.
We're going to get a late holding flag, too. And by late, I mean well down the field. So still going to be a big gain, but it's going to be down around the 21-yard line as they'll mark the 10 yards off from there.
So spot foul there. You'll mark it back to right on the 30-yard line. So 4:36 now, and still a big gain down to the Tigers' 30-yard line, although a whole lot better than being down in the red zone. We're waiting for the chains to reset currently. Single receiver on the far side is Fungi. 2 receivers on the near side. Chains had not set, and they started the play anyway. They handed it off, I believe, to Shamar Davis again, who this time does not duck under the defense and falls forward for a gain of about 3.
Well, Keith, I think you watch this Midland Lee offense, and it's just a ticking time bomb waiting to explode.
Yeah, there's always something simmering under the surface. They go to Fungi this time, short pass. He thought about it before he had it, turned his head and drops it right in front of him. That's embarrassing for him, something I'm sure he's not excited about, but that's an incomplete pass, and that brings up 3rd and 7 now for the Rebels.
Every receiver does it. They've got that peek up the field of what green is in front of them, and well, he was peeking a little too early. Fortunately for the Tigers, it sets up a 3rd and pretty long.
Had too long to think about that one. He was set up and waiting for it. Trips on the near side. Fungi alone on the far side. They're going to go to him. And a crossing route. Daniel Garland gets a hand on him, but he is shed, and Fungi takes that one in for a touchdown. So that'll be a 36-28 lead with the extra point incoming for the Rebels.
I got to tell you, Keith, as a Texas Tech fan, I hope that guy ends up in Lubbock next year because he has been nothing short of impressive tonight. That's his third touchdown and over 169 yards already tonight as well. He is just an impressive beast that you can throw it in his direction. He's probably going to catch it and give you some yards after it.
Gunnar Meade's kick is up for the extra point, and it is good. So with 3:52 left in the third quarter, the Midland Lee Rebels now lead it 37-28 over your Friendship Tigers. This is Friendship Tiger football on Double T 97.3.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
Double T 97.3, Lubbock Sports Station.
Welcome back to Friendship Tiger football on Double T 97.3. Gene Messer Toyota kickoff is right now back to Ty Glass at the Tigers' 5-yard line. He fields it cleanly and hits a head of steam, and he has a hole on the outside. Stiff arms a man and flips head over heels. He'll be down at about the 33-yard line, and that's where the Tigers will take over. Down 28-37 to the Midland Lee Rebels.
Midland Lee has now scored 30 unanswered points against Friendship. Tigers going to try to buck that trend, but it was a 4-play, 65-yard drive, 57 seconds off the clock, and Serrano hooks up with Fungi for the third time tonight, this one from 27 yards out. And the Rebels lead at 37-28, as Keith mentioned. 3:44 to play in the third quarter. The other part of it is if the Tiger offense can't stay on the field long enough, it really starts to wear down that Friendship defense, as we kind of saw in that previous drive.
That's right. So twins on both sides, standard set for the Tigers. Donovan Smith, plenty of time looking downfield. He's got Drew Hocutt, but he'll throw it away. He didn't really have Hocutt. Looks like he was in that vicinity, but Hocutt was well covered down there by Carl Taylor.
Yeah, that one's one where he just throws it somewhere in the vicinity, as you mentioned, to avoid a sack, and a smart play by by Smith towards Hocutt to just play for another down.
Ball's on the near hash, 2nd and 10. The trips on the far side. Donovan Smith, immediate designed run, sweeps it around to the right side. He's pushed out of bounds. He picks up maybe a couple on that rush, maybe a single yard. Yep, single yard on that one. And 3rd down and 9 now incoming for the Tigers offense, who is just currently searching for an answer.
That's right, Keith. You've seen some big plays in this game, and I think that's been one of the biggest reasons Friendship got off to the start they did. Remember, Tigers haven't scored since that first quarter, even though they've got 28 points on the board, but just trying to figure something out. So they haven't got a lot going since then.
Trips on the far side, comes in tight to the hash. Ball's on the near hash. Lone receiver and Coker on the near side. Good protection by Smith. Now it starts to break down. He goes downfield, and there's a penalty in the backfield, and you have to think that's probably going to be holding.
By the place of it, it's almost always holding there. Sometimes you get an illegal hands to the face by the defense, but I would doubt that's the case here. It's going to be a hold, and I think you're probably going to see it declined. As Midland Lee does decline it, it's going to be a punting situation for Friendship once again at 4th and 10, back in their own territory.
So 4th and 10, as you said, Choice. I think it was 4th and 9 earlier. Lost a yard here somewhere, but 32-yard line for the Tigers. Cage Jones will be booting it again. Carl Taylor down near his own 25-yard line to receive this one. Cage Jones has been a weapon tonight for the Tigers, still playing keep away. This game is not over yet. 3:24 left in the third quarter. Plenty of time to work here. The Tigers just need to get a little something happening as their defense has been strong. Nice punt by Cage Jones, and it's a fair catch called. Taylor lets that one bounce. Then he fields it. He called the fair catch, let it bounce, and then grabbed it. Now the flag will come out as he is whistled down, as he is not able to do that.
Well, the one thing I thought that would negate that is if it went off of the player. It took a funky bounce, but if it went off of a Midland Lee Rebel, then you can still run it after the catch, but they're going to say it just bounced straight off the ground, and that is a I don't remember the exact call on that. Is it a delay of game?
I think it's a no-no.
We'll go with a no-no. Okay.
No-no.
So it will be 5 yards off.
It's not as much of a no-no as whatever happened at the end of the first half.
They didn't mark the 5 off yet.
Yeah, there's been no mark off as the Rebels do come out. As we wave the flag off, there's really no explanation right now.
Nope. The explanation is we're in Midland. We've seen a little bit of this tonight.
So maybe the flag is inadvertent? I mean,
no, it's not inadvertent. It is a penalty to run, unless what I said initially, unless it did bounce off of the Rebel. I didn't think it did. But
well, it is going to be a handoff immediately to Shamar Davis, who spin moves around a Tiger tackler. Now he's trying to get behind his blockers. Another spin move, and he'll be drugged down by Stefano Sanchez at the Tigers' 41-yard line. Big pickup there from the 22 out to the opposite 41 by the Midland Lee Rebels. Midland Lee going quickly. 2 receivers on the near side. Ball's on the near hash. They're going to come outside to the near receiver. He's going to be lit up by Jake Gilbert and Tristan Laughlin, but he'll be down there and pick up about 4 on the play.
You know, Keith, I'm a little surprised by just basing on one sample size tonight as we get a penalty flag to go against Midland Lee. I did not see what the call was. I saw him pointing that direction, and it's going to be a 10-yard penalty, so not sure what it is. Actually, 1st and 17.
So 1st and 17 from the 48-yard line of the Tigers. They go to Christian Romero, who gets a shoulder put right into the thigh as he goes out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. That'll be down to the 39. So the pickup basically what they lost there with the penalty, and 2nd down and about 8 will be incoming.
I was going to say, Keith, I'm surprised that Davis isn't the main feature back, because he has been more impressive than Corroz to me tonight.
So a handoff to Shamar Davis once again. Davis, as Choice is saying, listed as a slot receiver. He'll be brought down 2 yards shy of the 1st down, so he picks up 5 on that handoff. He is really quick when he gets inside that line.
You know, we see positionless basketball nowadays, but I think you can see some positionless football from Midland Lee where they will pop everybody around in that offense.
Davis still in the backfield with Serrano, 3 receiver set. This time it's still a handoff. They continue to deke the run out by Serrano, but they grab him this time and sniff him out. He'll lose a yard on the play, so 3rd down and 2 will turn into 4th down and 3 from the 34 for the Midland Lee Rebels.
And this is that no man's land territory that we talk about, Keith, where a little too long for a field goal, a little too short for a punt, so looks like they'll go for it.
And they are. 1:45 left in the 3rd quarter. Same set, 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far. Shamar Davis in the backfield with the quarterback, Michael Serrano. This time he will throw it out to Fungi for the 1st down. It's a short pickup. He'll pick up 5 beyond the 1st down marker. So an 8-yard pickup for Fungi. He's tackled immediately by the Tigers secondary, but that's a 1st down for the Rebels.
And that's such a tough situation with the corner over there for Friendship. He has beat you deep, but you can't let him get to the sticks like that.
Handoff again to Shamar Davis. He's hit in the backfield. This time it's Elijah Garcia who slides in and grabs him, and he'll pick up about 2 yards on the play as it was blown up. He was trying to get ahead of steam, but couldn't get anywhere.
Now we'll see if Lee's trying to run a little bit more clock. They've been going up-tempo one play and then slowing it down another. Kind of just a mixed tempo on this drive.
So similar set to what we've been seeing. 2 on the near side, balls on the far hash. Davis still in the backfield. Tigers struggling to find an answer. Serrano feeling the pressure, and he's going to be covered up by Tigers. That'll be a gain of a loss of a yard on the play, and that brings up 3rd down and 9 now as multiple Tigers, Jake Gilbert leading the way, just bury him under a pile.
Now another 3rd down situation. 6 of 10 are the Lee Rebels so far tonight on 3rd down, so they have been successful for the most part this evening.
Yes, they have. Now you have a 4 receiver set, twins on both sides, and a new back in the backfield. He's going to go downfield, try to get it outside to Loic Fungi, but he was way outside, went down past the 1st down marker, but there was nothing doing for him. Scoreboard shows 3rd down. The marker shows 4th. I believe that is a turnover on downs, and the Tigers will now take it over at the 25.
No, it's 4th.
That brings up 4th.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well,
they just flipped it
the
over.
marker has said 4th for 2.
Oh, okay.
I think for 2 downs. So No.
Someone's confused.
So it is 4th down and 9 on the 25, and the Lee Rebels are going for it. They have a 4-receiver set on the near side and 1 on the far. Going to Fungi over the middle. He's able to catch it. Daniel Garland does grab him and hang on.
Wow.
2 Tigers bring him down. Elijah Garcia came in to help, but he's all the way down to about the 4-yard line. Big pickup there of 21 yards for Fungi, and obviously a 1st down and goal now for the Midland Lee Rebels.
Yeah, Fungi has been just dominant in this game. It doesn't seem to matter which Tiger they elect to put on him. He just hit the 200-yard mark as we just hit the close of the quarter.
Yeah, Fungi, you have to respect an athlete like that and see.
Yeah.
He almost carried a Tiger into the end zone on that one if help hadn't come. Yep. So that's the end of the third quarter. As Choice said, Tigers trail 28-37 to the Midland Lee Rebels here at Grande Communication Stadium in Midland, Texas. We'll take the break here and be back after a word from our sponsors. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Again here in Midland at Grande Communication Stadium. Looks like we had 6 seconds put back on the clock for the third quarter, so that was run out with a rush down to about the 1-yard line by Midland Lee. Still no touchdown there. So now we will go into the fourth quarter, reset the clock at 12 minutes, and the Tigers trail the Rebels 28-37 with the Rebels with a 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line.
I'm not sure why they put the 6 seconds back on there. I don't know if the Tigers call a timeout. Scoreboard shows that they've got 2 timeouts left. I don't recall if they've taken one already this quarter.
Now it shows 3. The Rebels?
No, Friendship. Sorry. I think Shane's got it right. They were putting the 6 seconds back on for the end of the half, the first half.
Shane Langen, stats man extraordinaire over there, has got it together. Brought a helper tonight, making it happen for us. You know, it is really it's tough down there. I've been in Shane's shoes. It's a lot to keep up with. Do a great job. Thank you, Shane. We otherwise wouldn't know that Lee Oct Fungi had just reached 200 yards of passing without you. So thanks so much for that stat. So as we get ready to start the fourth quarter here, it's 2nd down and goal from the 1-yard line for the Rebels. They're in a power set. Serrano is in the shotgun, though, as he calls for it. Could be a direct snap, and it is. So direct snap to Carl Taylor, who takes that one in for a touchdown for the Midland Lee Rebels. And they will lead it now over the Tigers 43-28. 11:56 left in this game, and the extra point is incoming.
Yeah, this is just felt like all Rebels. That makes it now 37 unanswered points, or 36, pardon. Extra points still to come, but 36 unanswered points for Midland Lee, and it's not for a lack of chances for Friendship. They've had their opportunities, but this is one of those games, I think, obviously not over yet. Still got a whole fourth quarter to go, but if you're not able to get a win, I think the Tigers are going to look at this with a lot of missed opportunities when you go back and look at this one on film. Lee will go for 2 here, though.
I was about to say, Rebels lining up to go for 2, and now we've had a stoppage and a little confusion, and now everyone is getting lined up. So they've got a 5-receiver set here for a 2-point conversion try. 4 on the far side, 1 on the near is Fungi. Ball's on the near hash. Serrano in the backfield. He looks to Fungi, of course, goes to him. He's drugged down by Jake, check that, Daniel Garland in coverage, but Fungi able to make the catch coming across the middle of the end zone. So 11:56 left in the game. Rebels lead at 45-28 over your Friendship Tigers. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Going Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
Double T 97.3, Lubbock Sports Station.
Welcome back to Friendship Tiger Football, Double T 97.3. I'm Keith Patrick, the voice of the Tigers. Your Gene Messer Toyota kickoff just happened. Ty Glass fielded it at the 15-yard line. He will bring it out to the 34-yard line. Tigers will take over there.
The Midland Lee Rebels score once again, 13 plays, 67 yards, 3:16 off the clock. Carl Taylor scores the second time today, this one from 1 yard out. 45-28. Rebels after the two-point conversion is good. And Friendship at this point just trying to stop the bleeding and get the offensive momentum rolling again so they can climb back into this thing.
Well, the Tigers, as you said earlier, Choice, they've been in situations where they needed to climb back in, where they needed to make big things happen in tough situations. They know that that is possible. They know they are capable of it. It's just a matter of getting a strike and knocking these Lee Rebels back on their heels a little bit. Carl Taylor, he has, I don't know how many rushes he has. Mr. Langdon, how many rushes does Carl Taylor have tonight? Because he definitely has 2 one-yard touchdown runs. He has 3 runs, 2 of them are touchdown runs.
There you go. 3 total.
Tigers still talking about things out there on their sideline as everything gets set. And now we have,
I think we got a
do we have a 15-yard penalty?
Maybe it's a 10-yarder. There was a flag, a hanky down somewhere, but I'm not certain where it was.
Well, the ball has been moved out to the Tigers' 49-yard line.
We got an unsportsmanlike conduct ejection. On Midland Lee's side. We'll try to figure out who that was.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have William Bayouth in motion. Donovan Smith's going to pull it down and keep it. He makes a man miss at the 45, and he takes it across the first down marker, marked out past the 40-yard line. That should be a first down on the keeper.
Good grief. They spotted him short.
Spotted him a yard short.
When it looked like he crossed out 2 past he's about 3 yards short of where he should have been on that.
So 9-yard run for Donovan Smith. Trips on the near side this time. Lone receiver on the far side. Ball's in the far hash. Smith drops way back and looks out. He's going to air it off downfield. He tries to go to Jordan Maiden across the middle again. Just a little too tall and had some mustard on it trying to get it to Jordan Maiden.
Seen that happen a couple of times tonight where Smith is just a little too strong on the football. He's definitely got arm strength. He's not lacking in that, and sometimes a little too much of it.
Absolutely. Not lacking whatsoever in a lot of categories. He has lots of skills. Drew Hocutt, Jordan Maiden, Cooper Scott on the near side. Ball's in the far hash. Klein Coker, a lone receiver on that far side. William Bayouth with Donovan Smith. Fakes it to him, goes out to Hocutt with the screen. Hocutt makes a man miss and finds himself a hole. He'll have plenty more for the first down as he gets all the way down to the 32-yard line. That's a first down for the Tigers. Nice pickup from Donovan Smith to Drew Hocutt.
Yeah, Hocutt's been fairly quiet tonight, just his 3rd catch of the night. Of course, he had the 48-yarder for a touchdown, but 3 for 62 yards, getting him involved there on the screen.
1st and 10 from the 32. Smith drops back plenty of time. He's going to air it out all the way to the end zone. This one carries a little bit as well, a little bit too deep for Klein Coker, just a little over his head. Nicely thrown ball, just a little too much on it.
Yeah, and that one you understand the overthrow because there was a safety closing underneath the throw, so you didn't want to leave that short at all. That's one where if you're Smith, you throw it to where only your guy can get to it, and that's what he does in that situation. So not a bad miss.
Ball on the near side now, near hash now, trips on the far side. Now it's Cooper Scott by himself over here. They send William Bayouth into motion in the flat, but you're going to have a false start here against the Tigers, so they're going to back this one up and do it again.
think this might have been on the running back, Bay Youth, in this one where he might have just taken a step forward before the play got started up, but I believe the 5th penalty of the evening, maybe 6th on the Friendship Tigers.
Looking back.
This is one where I think you're in 4-down territory regardless because of where the game's at, Keith.
I would agree with you, Joyce. So looking back, getting the play. Now the Tigers will come set. Cooper Scott alone again. Trips on the far side. It's 2nd and 15. Ball's on 37. Smith drops the snap. He has a man all over him. He tries to go down the sideline towards Cooper Scott, who was trying to come back for the ball. Smith takes a lick, but that one will fall incomplete, bringing up 3rd and 15.
Yeah, he gets popped badly on the play, and that's the problem with the exchange from center to quarterback in the first place. Like I said just a little bit ago, I think you're in 4-down territory, so it's 3rd and 15. You want to pick up at least a portion of it to give you a 4th down and manageable.
Clump trips on the far side this time. It's 3rd and 15, as Joyce said. 11:05 left in this game. Donovan Smith drops back. Good protection. Man coming from the blind side. He ducks under defenders and makes a miss. Dekes out another guy and falls across the 30-yard line. He'll be marked down at the 29. Nice pickup there of 8 yards for Donovan Smith.
Picks up a chunk of it right there, just like Tigers wanted him to, and see if they can pick up the other chunk they need to convert the 4th down. Tigers are 1 for 2 on 4th today.
So 4th and 8 from the 29. 2 backs in the backfield, Maiden and Bay Youth. Drew Hokut and Klein Coker on the far side. Cooper Scott on the near side. Ball's on the near hash. Tigers are looking back for a play right now, and now we will have a timeout.
Gives us a chance to remind you to stick around, Keith, as you'll find the best scoreboard show anywhere in the state. Friday Night Live coming up after we're through here at Grande Communications Stadium. You can find it right here on Double T 97.3 with Nick Long and Mike Roden. And we'll have all of the area score reports as well as all of the scores from all over West Texas, including, of course, the South Plains, Big Country, the Permian Basin, and the Panhandle.
Occasionally people get excited about football and send them some score reports in from like Central Texas.
Sometimes.
Some from San Antonio pop in. They'll just shrug and say, why not?
Why not? We'll dive into it.
Well, I'll go ahead and remind you while we stand here that you can check out these games as well as other Friendship content, the Inside Friendship TV series, volleyball games, and others at www.friendship.tv. Find most games by noon the following day. Catch your Friendship Tiger volleyball team. They're 28-7 on the season, 5-0 in District 2-6A. They're idle tonight and getting ready to go. Donovan Smith drops back, 4th and 7, and he has a man. He is close to the 1st down. Depends on the spot. They give him a yard. They take it back, and now they're trying to decide where that ball is going to be spotted.
Close.
Cooper Scott went way up on the sideline, got it. The far side judge gave him an extra yard past the 1st down marker and then came back. And, of course, it was on the near side by a different judge.
I don't know what we're doing. I guess we're going to get a measurement. And this is going to be an all the way across the field measurement because it's on the far sideline from the sticks. But, yeah, you saw the side judges float around again a little bit.
And that's one I'll give you a little bit of a pass. You're on the extreme opposite side of the field. You're looking for your partner across. But, yeah, you wish that extra yard had definitely been his call.
Yeah, it's one where Cooper Scott, though, does a fantastic job of going up and getting the football and giving yourself a chance in this situation.
Yes, sir.
I feel like he knew where the sticks were and where to get to. And
he went up full extension, and that one, it is a turnover on downs. They did not quite get there. So on the 4th and 7 play to Cooper Scott, it is just inches short on the near sideline. We couldn't see how close. They had the Midland Lee team between us and the ball. So the Tiger defense will come back out. 10-16 left in this game. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line for the Midland Lee Rebels, who lead the Friendship Tigers 45-28.
Yeah, Coach Northcutt's pretty frustrated, as I think that he's frustrated because they marked him at the 22. He should have been down at the 21, and he's had some frustration with the officials tonight.
There's been some short spotting for sure, and sometimes you want them to make that up for you. But trips on the near side for the Rebels. It'll be a handoff up the middle. Can't see who it is exactly just yet, and that is going to be Shamar Davis, who rumbles ahead. He picks up almost 10 on that play. They haven't given him a first down yet, but the clock does continue to roll down to 10 minutes now. So second and a very short one for the Midland Lee Rebels from the 32-yard line. Tight set, handoff to Davis again, and he'll shift his way through, and it is a Tiger defender that gets in and grabs an ankle. I believe that's Jake Gilbert that gets a little piece, but he does fall across the first down line there as the Rebels get ready to reset again.
I did get some clarification on our rule from earlier, if you would like it.
From the official?
From the official.
Okay.
So shout out to Chris Need.
Let's
we'll get it after this play.
Let's run through this play here. So Midland Lee lined up, Twins on the far side. Got to think they're handing it off to Davis, and they do. He runs down the hash. Tiger grabs at the ankles, but he steps over. He'll be forced out of bounds. No, he won't. He'll spin around at the sideline, somehow stays in and rolls back on the other side of the 45-yard line down at the 43 of the Tigers. About 9 minutes left in the game, and that'll be a 1st and 10 now from the 43-yard line.
He's going to go quick here, so we'll get to it in a little bit.
Yeah, why not go quick? I mean, plenty of things to do here. So Lee Oct on the near side, 3 receivers on the far. Serrano will fake the handoff. No, it is a handoff to Shamar Davis, who gets brought down by the Tiger defense, led by Tristan Laughlin and Colton Anderson right on the 40-yard line. He picks up 3 on that run.
So the rule is if it is inside of 3 seconds when you spike the football, 3 seconds or inside, which it was on the clock, should not have been. There were 2 extra seconds that ran off. So we get a false start penalty on Midland Lee. Then it is an automatic clock run out if you spike it inside of 3 seconds.
Gotcha. So there's the very particular piece. And to clarify for folks at home, Choice and I were doing a lot of looking at halftime, and all we could find was the 10-second runoff applies to inside of a minute when a penalty illegally stops the clock, basically. So there's a runoff to make up for that for the opposing team.
So what's frustrating was the play was blown dead when there was about 5 seconds, 2 extra seconds ran off. So it should not have ended up being that way.
Slow trigger button. It's going to be an offsides here. Are they going to?
I think you're going to get another
false start.
It will be. I thought it was going to be a formation penalty, but they're going to call it offsides on Friendship. Must have been in the neutral zone.
Must have been in the neutral zone.
I didn't see it, but
blew the play dead. So the 2nd and 12 will turn into a 2nd and 7 roughly for the Midland Lee Rebels. They're right on the Tigers' 40-yard line. 8:12 left in this game. Tigers trail at 28-45. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far. There's a tight end set up. Running back in the backfield with the quarterback, Serrano. He does hand it off. Shamar Davis again. He hurdles someone, makes someone else miss. Always running hard is Shamar Davis. He's down at about the 29-yard line. That'll be a 1st down and 10 now for the Rebels from there.
This feels like the Rebels are going to keep doing more of that, just trying to run the clock out and make the clock the Tigers' enemy as it is right now.
Down inside, 7:45 left in this game. Trips on the near side for the Rebels. Serrano calls for it. He hands it off this time to a different running back, and he'll be brought down after he rumbles ahead for about 6 yards on that carry, bringing up a 2nd down and 4 for the Midland Lee Rebels. That was, as I said, a new running back. That was McKillen Young, who actually has more rushing yards coming in than Caroz did, but haven't seen him much tonight. So 2 receivers on the far side this time. He's going to go to Lee Oct on the near side at the numbers. Elijah Gomez will grab him and pull him down there with a little bit of help from his friends. And Fungi once again sure-handed, but he picks up the 1st down, and now he'll have a new set of downs, 1st and 10 from the Tigers' 13-yard line.
Now with the somewhat comfortable lead for Midland Lee, this is probably the end of the starters you'll see them in. It's just because the clock of where it's at, you don't want to get a guy like Fungi hurt or Serrano either.
Fungi's still in, Serrano's still in. He does hand it off this time to Young, who hurdles a couple of Tigers, lowers the boom on Colton Anderson, who was caught up in a block, knocks him backwards as he rolls into the end zone. And that's another touchdown for the Midland Lee Rebels. So with 6:47 left in the game, they'll lead the Tigers 51-28 with an extra point incoming.
Well, the Tigers have they dominated 1 quarter, pure dominance in 1 quarter, but unfortunately you got to play 4 quarters in this game, and Midland Lee has flexed the muscle a little bit here in particularly in the second half.
Carl Young, the holder, on the extra point. Kicker Gunnar Mead puts this one up. It's through the uprights, and it is good. So 6:47 left in this game, and the Tigers trail the Midland Lee Rebels 52-28. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales. When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Welcome back to Grande Communication Stadium in the Tall City, Midland, Texas. Your Friendship Tigers taking on the number 14 state-ranked Midland Lee Rebels District 2 6A opener. Tigers trail at 28-52 with 6:47 left in this game, following two 3+ minute drives by the Midland Lee Rebels.
And the Midland Lee Rebels on that previous drive taking a little time off the clock, at least for their standards. 8 plays, 78 yards, 3:23 off the clock. Kalen Young gets in with that 13-yard touchdown run. And the Rebels leading at 52-28, as Keith mentioned, 6:47 left to play. And, you know, you never say never, but, Keith, I think at this point you would love to just get the offense flowing so you have a little momentum with that going into the going into next week.
I'm not sure about the penalty, but the Midland Lee Rebels are kicking off from the Tigers' 45-yard line.
Must have been a unsportsmanlike, because that's a 15-yard penalty right there.
So kicking off from the 45, he does boot it deep and into the end zone. Ty Glass will field it back there and actually drop it into the end zone. He'll down it at the backside of the blue, and Tigers will take it over now after a touchback.
As you mentioned, 6:47 left to play in this ball game, and what I just said, Keith, I think you really want to just get some rhythm offensively, because you had all the rhythm in the world in that first quarter. You'd love to find some of that once again and at least get a little bit of a good taste in your mouth exiting this ball game.
Well, and you certainly have to give credit to the Midland Lee Rebels. They're a very talented
Absolutely.
and athletic team, but they also made adjustments. I mean, the Tigers had them on their heels leaving the first quarter. It was 28-7, and then they made the adjustments and found the momentum, and they've held on to Big Mo the rest of the time. So the Tigers come out 1st and 10 from their own 25. Now we're moving the ball from midfield to the far hash.
Coach Northcutt asked for it to be that way, and it's correct. It was fielded outside of the hash in the end zone and touched there.
So twin receivers both sides. Fake handoff to Bayouth. Goes to Cooper Scott for the screen. No blockers set out over there. And so you have 3 Rebels that take him down, push him all the way back to the 20, but forward progress will have him down at the 28-yard line. So a pickup of 3 on the pass and catch to Cooper Scott. Tigers going fairly quickly, not turbo mode, but
no, not turbo.
Already back set. Tight set here. Ball on the near hash. Twin receivers both sides in tight. Donovan Smith drops back, pressure coming, rolls out to his right, throws it on the run, and he's got a man downfield. That's Klein Coker down there making the catch for the Tigers at the 40-yard line. So a pickup there of 12 for the Tigers, and they got a little bit something working.
Sheer arm strength by Donovan Smith as he's falling away on his back foot to just flip the wrist about 25 yards through the air on that play. Really impressive arm strength.
Absolutely. Trips on the near side. It's a fake handoff to Bayouth. Play action again. It goes over the middle to Drew Hocutt. Looks like the hit came early, and it did. Drew Hocutt caught a shoulder, and the flag comes in a little bit late, but you're going to pick up a pass interference.
Yeah, back judge throws the flag on this. The umpire almost got hit in the play as well. I mean, that was some contact that was, a full second early maybe. Hocutt was on the ground as the ball arrived, so not the most difficult pass interference to call.
You hesitate to make this comparison or say this name, but sometimes you see Donovan Smith on the run and making some passes. You can't help but think Patrick Mahomes. I mean, I have a picture of that young man making a throw, jumping with the legs crossed, and it's a thing of beauty. Donovan Smith drops back, and he's looking downfield. Nice protection. He's got Cooper Scott down there. Scott goes up and makes the catch about the 23-yard line. Big first down there for the Tigers, and that'll be a 27-yard pickup by Cooper Scott.
And really, this is what was there all night, or at least earlier in the game. And we saw it in spurts in the third quarter as well. Second quarter, he's got a rebel down on the field. But, Keith, that's what worked for Friendship so much, is just using that double move and going over the top. Because, Friendship, we've talked about Midland Lee's speed a lot tonight. Friendship has a lot of speed in that receiving core as well.
Sir. As you said, it was stoppage and play. Rebel down very briefly. He's up, just a little bit of a limp as he's helped off the field. Everybody's okay. Team's coming back set. Trainer's running off after bringing water out to officials and others. I'd want hot chocolate if I were out there right now. If I were
would be nice.
Maybe coffee would keep me up, though.
Yeah.
We do have a long drive. So the ball's going to be on
not that long.
Ball's going to be on the far hash. 1st and 10 from the 24 of the Rebels. 5:43 left in this game. Donovan Smith drops back. Good protection, plenty of time. Now he'll step up in the pocket, look downfield. He'll make the pass in the end zone. He's got Drew Hocutt. Hocutt's in the end zone. That's a touchdown, Tigers. Drew Hocutt caught it with a couple steps to go as he walks out the side of the end zone. Tigers now at 34, trailing to 52 on the Midland Lee Rebels. 5:32 left in this game.
And again, a really nice play on the move by Donovan Smith as you see him move to his left and then still able to square his shoulders back around and throw about a 30-yard strike to the back of the end zone. Drew Hocutt does a fantastic job of what good receivers do. When the play breaks down, you find your quarterback's eyes and figure out where he wants you to go.
Tigers going for 2 here. Donovan Smith looks over. Jordan Maiden right at the goal line. He was a step inside. That is going to be a 2-point conversion scored. So the Tigers, with 5:32 left in this game, cut the lead down. It's 36-52 in favor of the Midland Lee Rebels. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
Double T 97.3.
Welcome back to Friendship Tiger Football, Double Team 97.3. I'm Keith Patrick alongside Choice Woodman. This is Penalty Fest 2019.
Goodness.
We have another penalty. We don't know what it was, but the Tigers will be kicking off from their own 25-yard line. Midland Lee is certainly looking for the onside as well. Sorry, Choice.
No, you're fine. I don't know if the official's microphone is broken, but the last 2 kickoffs have gone against the Tigers in 15-yard penalties without us knowing what they are.
So Midland Lee, so Cage Jones does send a squib down. It's fielded by Carl Taylor, the up man. So they've replaced their up man with a return man, and he is going to be brought down at the 38-yard line. That's Clinton Thetford that got in there. Check that. That is Aaron Brown that got in there on coverage and brought him down.
Serrano was actually on that kickoff return team, and he came up a little gimpy once again. I'm not sure if he's got cramps or what in the legs, but Tigers on the previous drive go 4 plays, 75 yards, 115 off the clock, and Donovan Smith hooks up with Drew Hokut second time tonight. This one a 24-yard variety for the touchdown. Hokut now 4 catches for 86 yards, 2 of those going for touchdowns, though.
And the 2-point conversion there going to Jordan Maiden in the front of the end zone. So a handoff to Shamar Davis as he barrels forward. He'll pick up about 3 on that one coming out of the Rebels' 39-yard line. He gets out to about the 42 or just shy of it. 5:16 and ticking here in this game.
Clock obviously against Friendship right here, but a 3 and out, and you're still looking at a possibility.
Absolutely, a defense here that can certainly get fired up, and you've seen them make big stops. Rebels taking all the time in the world that they possibly can. It's Michael Serrano in the backfield still as the quarterback. Shamar Davis as a running back, lined out to his right. Check that now, his left. Does have a tight end lined up, 3 receiver set. This is just that rushing package we've seen a lot of. It's a handoff, nothing telegraphed to Davis, and he'll get out into the linebacking core. He'll get out about 5 yards out to the 46-yard line. So that brings up 3rd down and 2 now for the Rebels. Now you're down getting close to about 4.5 minutes.
Nice tackle by Colton Anderson on that play, but here's your key 3rd down. If you want this to still be a game, you have to get off the field right here.
Absolutely. 3rd down and 3 according to the scoreboard, 46-yard line. And the Rebels taking all the time. There's 16 on the play clock as they look around. Lee Oct by himself down here on the near side. Man coverage with Daniel Garland, I believe, or it could be Elijah Gomez. It is Gomez, so he's going to look downfield across the mid. No, he goes to Fungi at the hash. Fungi catches, he's carrying it like a loaf of bread, one-handed. Tigers drag him down. Gomez does pull him down about the 11-yard line, but obviously a big first down there as they go to the go-to man. And Gomez will help him up as Fungi comes up gimpy in that right ankle and is bouncing around.
Yeah, that's not what Midland he wants to see. And the game's not in hand, so you still needed him in the football game, but it's a late injury in this game. And it's like his ankle kind of turned underneath the defender when he went down. Nonetheless, that first down kind of puts the game mathematically out of reach, barring a turnover.
So 3:36 and counting now left in the game. Fungi is waving everyone off, not looking for anybody to help him. He looked a little upset at first that he was even in the game, looked confused to have been sent in the situation. But here you have a 3 receiver set again. It's a handoff to Davis, who goes up the middle. Tigers bid a little bit. Davis still rumbling, and he will fall across in a crowd of folks for another touchdown for the Rebels. So the Rebels, who led it 52-36, now up 58-36 on the Tigers. 3:16 left in this one as they prepare for the extra point.
We've seen some impressive offenses over the last few years, Keith, but this one's up there with at the top of the list.
It's a real deal.
It's not just a good scheme, which it is, but it's filled with good players as well.
Tigers bring the pressure, but they don't quite get to him, and the extra point is good. So with 3:16 left in this game, the Tigers trail the Midland Lee Rebels 59-36 in their District 2 6A opener here at Grande Communications Stadium. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Lubbock Sports Station.
Welcome back to Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3. Gene Messer Toyota kickoff was just caught by Ty Glass at the 10-yard line. He is running forward across the 25, and he will be ultimately brought down at the 29-yard line, where your Friendship Tigers will take over 95 points scored combined so far. 3:07 left in this one. Plenty of time to get even more pointsy after a touchdown there by the Rebels.
You gonna TM that phrase after this?
Well, I can't. I'll have to be honest. I have stolen it. That is a Greg Tepper original from Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Yeah,
okay.
He likes pointsy. So I don't think he expected this one to be quite so pointsy. But
No. Did you take the over?
I would never bet on a high school football game.
Midland Lee goes 4 plays, 61 yards, 2:16 off the clock, and Shamar Davis finds the end zone from 12 yards out to extend the lead for Lee.
Trips on the near side for the Tigers. Running back to the backfield. Donovan Smith keeps it, and he gets a head of steam. He'll be brought down all the way down at the Tigers' 45-yard line, so he picks up, 16 yards on that run, just going straight up the gut. Nice run by Donovan Smith.
Yeah, really nice play where Smith just goes straight south to north on that play. He saw the hole and hit it as hard as he could.
You a Boy Scout? Showing that directional knowledge there.
Well,
I like it.
The sun's not even out.
Twins on both sides. Donovan Smith looking downfield. He has got Cooper Scott on the outside. Scott tries to make a first man miss, and he does. He'll be drugged down from behind and out of bounds. They'll be marked down somewhere around the Rebels' 35-yard line. Make that the 36. So a nice pickup there by Cooper Scott and Donovan Smith. 2:44 left in this one.
Another nice play. As you mentioned, Cooper Scott is up at 185 yards receiving, a career day for him so far.
Very
8
nice.
catches for the 185 yards.
And that one a 19-yarder that helped him get there.
Donovan Smith just 3 yards shy of throwing for 400 in this game.
Twin receivers tied in on both sides again. Donovan Smith back. Nice protection. Now it breaks down. He moves up in the pocket and runs. He makes several players miss, and he's brought down at the 31-yard line. So a pickup of 5 for Smith on that run. That'll bring up 2nd and 5. Clock ticking below 2:30 now in this one. Tigers trailing 36-59.
Mentioned the almost 400-yard mark for Smith. He's already over 50 yards rushing. Of course, he's thrown for 3 touchdowns and rushed for another so far in this game.
It's been quite the performance. You think that you think it's fair to call Midland Lee's defense a bend but don't break? It certainly reminds me of some old Texas Tech days, that's for sure. Donovan Smith looking downfield this time. Breaks down. He's going to run out to the right. He's on the run, rolling around. He'll throw on the run. Tries to get it downfield, but there's nothing doing. It'll fall incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4, but it stops the clock at 1:53 to go.
Yeah, 3rd down and 4. Tigers, let's see what they decide to do here. It's kind of a situation where if you're trying to win this game, it's kind of out of reach, but you don't really want to run the football either because that will run more clock.
It's like the Coca-Cola commercial needs to come in again, Choice. Stand up, tell you that this thing's not over yet. I think our mascot has the head on backwards, but we're still in this game. Jordan Maiden in motion out of the backfield, fake handoff to William Bayouth. Donovan Smith going to go across the middle, tries to get it over the middle to Klein Coker. Hit comes a little early again to the shoulder, but no flag comes in. So the 3rd down pass is incomplete. 1:48 left. Tigers have a 4th down on the 31-yard line to contend with.
To help you a little, that was more than a little early, Keith. That was quite early as Coker got popped before the football got there, clearly, but as the official says, he was going for the football.
So Donovan Smith with the ball in the shotgun, immediately throws it out to the sideline to Cooper Scott. It is well defended and bounces off the hands of Scott. I think the defender dove through to get a fingertip on it. So a turnover on downs for the Tigers on the Rebels' 31-yard line. 1:42 left in this one. We'll see if Coach Clint Hartman decides to try to punch one in on the Tigers like he did in 2017, or if he'll take knees and be content with where he's at right now.
Well, at this point, you can take a knee, and the Tigers will probably allow it to go that direction. I doubt they're going to spend that timeout. So they've got enough time to just go into victory formation, and it looks like that's probably what they'll
Shamar
do.
Davis is in at quarterback, and you do have now here comes
Serrano
coming in. He forgot that he was still a football game, so Serrano calls for the ball. It is a handoff to Davis, who picks up several yards, rolling across the middle. He'll be met there by Colton Anderson, who will bring him down after a gain of about 8 yards on the play, bringing up 2nd down and 2, clock ticking below 130 now.
Yeah, we'll see if they're being a little too aggressive or not, depending on when they snap this football. It's going down to 24, which is lower than they've let
This
it
clock
most of
can
the
get them under a minute at this point, the way things are going. They're spending plenty of time looking into the sideline. It's been a hard-fought one. As I said, 95 points scored. It's been quite the evening here in the chilly weather in Midland, but they gave out free blankets on the way in, as a matter of fact. So
cool giveaway.
hand off to Shamar Davis again. This time he gets the first down and gets out to about the 45-yard line of the Rebels. He'll be brought down there by the Tigers, and at this point you got about 33 on the play clock and about 50 left in the game.
Yep, Keith, this was a game that Tigers are going to have some regrets from, but should also keep their heads held high from. This is likely the district champion they're looking across the field from, and they gave them a good shot in this game for sure.
Now we have a victory formation here for the Midland Lee Rebels. It is Serrano in there, ready to take that ball. He'll drop back a couple steps and take a knee, and that will send this one to the house. So 18 ticking down, but the Midland Lee Rebels will take this one 59-36 over your Friendship Tigers. We'll keep it here and hang around a little bit, get a chance to talk to head coach Jay Northcutt after everything settles down. It's, as you said, Choice, and I fully agree with you, it's an opportunity and a chance to keep your head high. You just played a heck of a game on the scoreboard at the very least, and had a lot of offensive production and defensive plays against really one of the best teams in the state of Texas. Ranked number 14 by Dave Campbell's Texas Football, ranked in the top 25 by Max Preps. That'll certainly be raising up with their first District 2 6A win. The Tigers have shown they can hang with some of the top dogs. You're right, there's some things to regret, there's some frustrations, there's some bad calls, but that's how football goes. And the Tigers, I think, have done themselves proud tonight against a team that was picked in preseason to win this district, and it was shown so far this season now at 6-0, one of the few undefeated teams left in the state, that they are the class of District 2 6A, and you played them tough for sure.
Yeah, I think that you played them tough, but I think something that you can take encouraging away from this football game is if you played even better, if you took advantage of more of those opportunities, you still could have been in a position to win this football game against one of the better teams in the state. And I think that's something where Friendship can look at it, self-reflect, and say, you know, we didn't get it done tonight, but we've definitely got the talent, we've got the team to get it done. And it may not mean a district championship if Midland Lee is able to go undefeated. You never know what happens, but it may mean there's still a lot of football to play, but it may mean that you're looking at Friendship really making a good push in this district. And I think there's plenty of good to build off of from this football game, even though there's some moments that are hard to swallow within this loss.
Of course, and no game is going to be perfect, win or lose, of course, Joyce. But, yeah, no, I think the Tigers came out and did themselves proud, did Friendship Faithful proud. And it's been a fun one to watch, a fun one to call. It was a wild and woolly one, I would definitely say that, especially through that first half, my goodness. But Tigers down there listening and hearing from head coach Jay Northcutt, and we'll grab him as soon as they are done. But Tigers have plenty to come. Homecoming coming up, and Coach Jay Northcutt and I did talk about that as well this week.
Yeah.
Do you want a team like this at the end of your season or earlier in district play? And there's kind of two ways to look at it, but he likes the idea of early. You like to face them early. You have a chance to retool, to work through the things and move on. You know, it's always going to matter, but if it's gonna be a game that matters against a team like this, you like them a little earlier, and you have plenty more you can do the rest of the season.
Yeah, no question about it. You've got that opportunity to jump up and grab them, and I think you saw Midland Lee a little shell-shocked. This is not that same 3-7 team that they faced a season ago. But we've talked about milestone victories, and you've seen plenty of them so far this season for Coach Northcutt's bunch. I think you've still got one monkey to get off your back, and that's get that first district win under Coach Northcutt. You'll have to wait another week for it, but I think you've got a very winnable game coming up next week.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you, Choice. Midland High, as we talked about earlier, they lose in Amarillo last night to the Tascosa Rebels 63-6. Just really dropped the hammer on them. Tascosa has not been the world beater team that they were last year. They've had their ups and downs as well, but I think that shows you kind of where Midland High is this season. So it's a good homecoming opponent for you. Might be a lot of holding on homecoming, but it's a team that you're glad that you'll be facing. They are a team now that has fallen to 1-5 on the season. They're in a 4-game losing streak. So they're going to be hungry. Can't ever overlook anyone in District 2 6A, but certainly an opponent that you feel like you have a really good shot getting a hold of and taking care of business with. We're looking down there for Casey Smith. Casey's wearing boots tonight. She's not in the yellow Crocs.
A little harder to spot without the Crocs.
We'll do our best to find her and get Coach Northcutt for you. But, yeah, it's been it's an interesting look here in District 2 6A, and things will continue to shape up as you go along in the preseason or in the non-district play, which, as Choice has mentioned, doesn't really matter when it comes down to what happens in playoffs. Odessa Permian 2-3 coming into tonight. Odessa High 2-3. They're playing each other tonight. Midland High 1-5, as I said. Midland Lee now improved to 6-0. Tigers 4-2 on the season, and Tascosa has improved to 5-1. So lots and lots of football left to be played. Do not be discouraged, Tiger fans. Remember how 3-17 over the last couple years has been, and be proud of what this team is about this year. I think they are making some nice things happen.
Yeah, I think I'm getting the alma mater for friendship, obviously. And, you know, Keith, I think that this is still a season where this one stings. You haven't had to suffer the loss too much this year, so it's been a good season so far. You've got to bounce back. Friendship bounced back very well from a loss earlier this year, and they'll have to find a way to do it in district play this time around, but you got to have a lot of faith in this coaching staff as they have prepared them well week in and week out.
Casey has set her eyes on Coach Northcutt, and they are heading towards each other. It's like a Diamond Rio song out there. They're going to meet in the middle. She's going to. Is that the right band? Did I do the right one? I'm not sure.
I'll start walking your way. You start walking mine.
She's got Coach Northcutt.
Is it Diamond Rio? I think it is.
I don't know. We are way off the rails. Coach Northcutt, can you hear us down there?
Yes, sir.
Well, Coach, that's a tough one. Every loss is, but how do you feel about how your team performed tonight against what is obviously just a serious team here in Midland Lee?
Well, Midland Lee is a very talented team. I think that was very obvious. They've got some very talented athletes. The Fungi kid, he's really a phenomenal athlete. But I was very proud of how our kids fought in that game. They did everything that we asked them to do. They left it all out here on the field, and you know, I'm very proud of them. And I think we'll learn, you know, from this game. You know, in the second half we came out and just made too many mistakes to really stay in the game and give ourselves a chance to win. So hopefully we'll learn from that and we'll be better for it.
Well, Coach, there's plenty to keep your head up about from this game, but plenty to learn from as you're mentioning. What's the message to the team heading into homecoming week?
Well, we still got a lot of football left to play. You know, each week we're playing to extend the life of our team for this season, and so, you know, every game's important, and we've got to get over this loss and learn from it, like we said, and get ready for the next one.
Coach, I just got a text from a great supporter of the Tigers. They told me to tell you they're proud of how these boys fight, and I think that's what you were alluding to in your first answer. They fought all night long. They fought for everything they got all through the game, and that's certainly something to be proud of when you look at the makeup of this team this season.
Yes, sir. Very proud of our kids, proud of the preparation that we put in, proud of how we started, like I said, and proud of how our kids fought tonight. We just came up short.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thank you for your time. You guys have a good trip home, and we'll see you next week for homecoming and the Midland High Bulldogs.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Choice.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. Well, that's head coach Jay Northcutt. Tigers fall to the Midland Lee Rebels, number 14 ranked in the state, 59-36 in their District 2 6A opener here in Midland, Texas at Grande Communications Stadium. We'll be back with the postgame show after a few words from our sponsors. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.